So what were you saying about Bleach, Romero?
Spiritual pressure.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I thought you were saying something else.
The best OST out of the big three?
I like Invasion from Bleach.
No,
the
I
Bleach
like
soundtrack.
No, man, I think the Bleach out of the big
No one cares. Okay. How you doing? This is the Shower Productions Anime Podcast, episode 6. We are still alive. I'm Matt.
I'm Tanner.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Carlos.
I'm Ramiro, and Bleach has the best OST than the big three.
Maybe.
I'm not saying story.
Maybe.
There's a difference, people. Come on now. I'm not talking about story.
So, how is everyone? How you doing?
Good.
Tired.
Survive. Stop being
I
tired.
can't. It's impossible.
I agree.
Hit the gym.
Perpetual tired.
Gym hits me.
You disappoint
You
me.
need to work out, man. Get on those triceps. Get your arms like these.
Well, you should be workout buddies.
Oh, I know what we need to review next.
Oh,
How heavy are
it's
those
not 10
dumbbells?
years.
Oh, well, it's funny you should mention. No. But yeah, today we are reviewing Demon Slayer.
Yay.
Well, so excited.
Hey, man.
Sorry, we're all tired right now. It's because we had to watch the first season, then we watched Mugen Train, then we're going into.
We didn't have to. That was you. That was your failings, Carlos.
I was going to watch it, but
Don't worry, season 2 ain't out yet, but we're gonna go right into that, into that arc.
And just to get it out for everyone of what versions you watched, I watched the sub version way back when it came out, and for the purpose of this review, I watched the dub version. So what everyone else watch?
Sub.
I watched the dub on Netflix.
I did the same thing like you, but halfway I couldn't finish the dove.
Oh, you took an arrow to the knee?
So you're a quitter.
And I ain't quitter.
Old meme.
I know.
But you just told me that you quit.
I didn't quit. I'm
I
gonna
didn't
finish
know
it
this thing-
afterwards,
Oh, okay.
but I mean, I still remember goes everything.
just turned into a night quit match.
He put it on hold.
I put it on hold. I put it on the shelf.
Yeah, the Anime Planet has on hold.
No kidding.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they have a hold. They
do.
I have a list of
watching,
drops.
watched,
or stalled.
dropped,
Dropped.
or
Dropped.
stalled,
Stalled is on hold.
and then never watched.
Yeah.
Never watch ever.
or like dropped it, and then like something like
Erased memory of.
no, I went through Noel's and I was like, oh,
Yeah, because Sergeant
Wait,
Frog
John.
is on my stalled because I stopped after the dub.
is it still going?
No, it's ended.
But
It's
it's
just
just
the
ending?
dub ended. The dub only goes like up to like 70.
Yeah,
It made
70.
me sad. I
And there's like
watched
300
all of it.
episodes.
yeah, so
Every single
I stopped
day.
watching after the dub.
But anyway,
so
you're getting a
happy.
bit off track.
Yeah, I know.
I love that show.
Demon Slayer came out.
Demon Slayer. Well,
Oh.
I got the fact.
What facts you got from 2 years ago?
Some good ones.
Shit, hey, can I wait? Can I ask a question? I was just curious. It did came out at the same time in Japan, right? Like the episodes.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
was
was
it
like it came out at the same
was
time,
a-
summer
like-
of 2019.
He's getting there. He's got the
Oh,
info.
My finger is up in
Here comes-
hushing silence.
And the shush.
Okay, some
hush
facts
money.
for Demon Slayer. It is based off the manga by Koyoharu Gotegi. Yes. Its name in Japan is Kiminutsu no Yaiba, which means blood or blade of demon destruction.
Oh.
So it's not exactly a one-to-one translation,
Interesting.
but that in English it's a bit of a mouthful and not very marketable. So there you go, Demon Slayer. It came out starting in the spring of 2019 and ran to the summer of 2019.
Sorry, man. I just remember.
Specifically, April 6th, 2019 to September 28th, 2019.
Actually, just bringing memories because I remember like there was like 4 episodes in May,
Eh?
and I just stopped because I was like,
It was by Studio Ufotable, which is fairly popular, but I've never actually heard it pronounced before, so I'm sorry if that's not how it's pronounced. They're best known for doing all the Fate animes,
Oh,
so that's
get
kind of
gaslight
why
him on the Twitter.
it looks very pretty.
ah.
Some of the anime to come out around the same time in both the spring and the summer were the Fruit Basket reboot,
Oh, I remember
Season 3.
Dr. Stone,
that. Don't know that.
Vinland Saga,
Don't know that.
How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift,
Oh.
there you go, And just for Ramiro, because I think we're the only two who've seen it, Ao Chan can't study.
Shoot, I didn't know that came out that time.
Came around on that
I
time.
did not
I
know
know why
that.
she can't study.
Well, yeah, because she.
It's implied.
Well, I bought you the Blu-ray on Christmas, and you haven't watched it
I need
yet.
to watch
Yeah,
it.
he's
And you!
thankful.
I'll
You!
watch it one
You,
day.
I want you to watch yours in person.
I will.
I want you. I
I
want you
will.
to
He
set up.
wants to watch you watch it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Y'all can quarantine together.
Okay, I'll do my reacts and send it to you.
Shoot. And you,
Uh,
you do whatever.
Yeah,
you don't matter, Brandon. Get out of here.
Well, I mean, like, I got him some love, like romantic
Yeah.
anime, but
I need to watch him. I have not watched him yet.
But some more facts for you.
Facts.
The number one song on the day that the first episode of Demon Slayer came out was Seven Rings by
Ariana Grande.
Yes, you got it.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about that. I was all like, it's gonna be Ariana Grande. I already know this.
The number one song of the year of 2019, I'm sure you can all remember, was
WAP?
Old Town Road
Oh,
by Little Nas
Lil
X
Nas.
and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, so you're talking about the remix?
It's
Yes.
just in general.
No, man, the remix. There's
Oh,
a difference.
God.
Come on now.
he knows
Well, okay,
his stuff.
the remix then.
With
The
Chris
number
Rock
one,
and
the
music
number
video?
one movie on the day Demon Slayer, the first episode came out, was Shazam,
Oh,
I remember that.
interesting.
Oh,
and of course, the number one movie of the year of 2019 was Avengers: Endgame.
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember Shazam, man. I like how
Surprise,
to-
surprise!
My first scene for Shazam is whenever like they're like across the way and he's talking to him. He's like, I can't hear you, because you know, like in most movies, they're like so far away they can hear each other.
Oh yeah,
And then he's like, they're far away and they're like, I can't hear what you're saying. What are you saying?
I forgot that that's what Shazam was.
I've only seen it once. I saw it once in theaters.
Was it with us?
Might no, it wasn't.
Oh,
It
okay.
wasn't.
Because I watched. I don't know why I watched it with him.
I thought you were going to say Kazam.
Kazam.
When you said Shazam, I thought
Just like,
of
wait.
Kazam.
Because I am Kazam.
Shaq.
Yeah, I
And
was
the
just like,
coffee
I was
on the
thinking
cream.
Kazam. I was like, man, Kazam.
So those are some facts for Demon Slayer. Before we get into the review, this episode is also a giveaway
Dun dun dun.
for a $20 Amazon gift card. And how this is going to work is I have all the numbers for it here. And I'm going to tell you a few in a minute, and then the others are going to be throughout the episode.
So if you
All
listen carefully, you'll get yourself a gift card.
Yes, and
Uno
it's
tres.
first come, first serve. So if you hear this and you put it in, you get it, there you go. And please let us know if you do. Tag us in whatever you want to do or give us a review. Just let us know. And if you do it and it doesn't work, it's probably because someone took it already. The first batch of the code is 9YXZ. And I'll repeat that. 9YXZ. And there you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
First
You
part of
can
the
pause
game.
it and repeat it if you need to hear it again.
Loop it.
My pretty voice. All right, Demon
Pretty.
Slayer. Does anyone do we want to start like with just a general idea, or did we want to go like episode by episode?
That was pretty much the whole show, what I just did there.
What?
The entire soundtrack.
Oh,
Hey,
It's just
man.
horrifying. We can do episode by episode because I feel like
Well, I mean,
I watched it just 2 weeks ago and I already forgot.
Man, I watched it a year ago. I still remember watching it.
I feel like we should do like bits by bits.
Yeah.
Bit by bit because I feel like
Our story starts with a young heroine named Tanjiro.
Heroin.
yeah, you almost.
No.
Heroine.
our boy sheltered and loved.
So, okay, if we're gonna
Loki.
go like that route, I have a couple notes for the episodes,
Okay.
and I guess I wrote these at the time, so they were my thought like right after the episode or during the episode. Even though, like I said, I've seen it before back in 2019, but I watched it again recently.
Mm-hmm.
And like the first note I have here is just super forced dialogue, at least in the beginning. Like when there's just when it's just like the family living by themselves, and it's just like I don't know, I can't even remember the exact words, but it was like, "We all love you so much, Tanjiro, and you're so great, and all the kids love you.
Oh, Tanjiro, take me to the city.
Take us into town."
Yeah.
Did they have a
I
younger,
promise we
did he
won't
have
slow you
younger
down.
brother?
Yes, two.
To
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so-
three. One's baby.
They all love him and depend on him because he's
he's the
He's
man.
the man of the house now.
He's
I
the
know,
man.
but it's like it's just like this happens in all forms of media. It's just like exposition in the beginning when you have to establish the relationships with everyone.
So it builds up why it's
Yes.
important that he loses them.
So
well
what?
because the very beginning of the story and spoilers.
Well, I mean, you could have just had like, "Oh, my family died.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to be sad. His family died."
yeah, but we have to
but
see
then
it.
emphasize it's like, "We love you so much, big brother. Wouldn't it be sad if we died?"
Yes.
I mean, I actually prefer that they just like built it up at the beginning, so they never had to flash back towards
Well,
it.
but
Like
see-
when he was fighting demons, just like, oh, I remember that one day that my brother told me he loved me, and then like 10 minutes of like his family just be like, oh, you're the best.
I remember when y'all showed me the first episode of it.
Oh yeah, that was
You
at
showed,
the con.
showed me the first episode of it. I think.
and you couldn't
upon
give a crap
rewatching
about it. You
Yeah, you were like,
this
this is
sucks.
garbage.
I want to
You're
go.
like-
I want to
you're
go
like-
sit down in the bed and eat my pizza.
Yes.
And you're like, this is trash. I don't know what the hype is. It's just good animation.
I don't even remember that. I
then
remember
you're
like
like-
being okay with it, but I didn't want to like continue it.
Well, like I think we just got you at a
We're
bad
over
time.
exaggerating it, but
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
you would kind of like, oh okay.
Like yeah, he wasn't feeling it. So I mean,
No.
I understand that
So upon rewatching
because
it,
he had his pizza in
like,
front of him.
I can see why
Didn't
they
want-
did it like that. It's because they don't want you to think this family's about to die.
But I feel like the opposite is like
I mean, the
think-
trailer shows.
even before like I knew much
didn't see the
about
trailer.
it. I watched the first episode and I could and the well, it starts with him carrying Nezuko and she's hurt. So of course, something bad's gonna happen.
That doesn't necessarily mean the whole family's going to just.
Not
get
necessarily, but it's like I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anytime
If it does
anytime I
hint
see
that,
them build
then,
up
yeah.
how like great and wholesome something is, especially in the series where it's called Demon Slayer, and I know like tragedy is involved, I was like, they're gonna die.
Well, to be fair, I knew about the tragedy before watching the show too, but I can see why if somebody just didn't have any information about it, they watch it. Like, yes, he's just like, well, when you're happy, bad things happen, or whatever.
Well,
It's like that.
this
that
tragedy
exposition.
is followed by
Blood.
the smell of blood.
Smell blood.
That's all. It's my blood.
But to
I'm
be
the
more
Indian
like the
guy from
precise
Food Wars.
story,
Oh, I got a good nose.
more the precise story. Tanjiro is a nice young man who lives with his family up in the mountains in
He's a
Japan.
boy.
It's the Taisho era. For those who didn't know, that's between 1912 and 1926.
That's a Taisho era secret.
Yes, Taisho era.
And Tanjiro sold charcoal.
He goes down to the village to sell charcoal to
And he
help his
knows what
family
cat-
out.
And he,
And
knows
he
what
has a
cats-
good sniffer.
And he knows what cat
can you,
piss smells like.
Yes.
can you clean my toilet?
That was a weird thing because like I wasn't expecting that at all because you would expect it's Demon Slayer, it's just swords, but then he's like, I can smell really good, like this smells like a cat. I was like, whoa, this is like an interesting.
It's cat
I
urine.
I guess they wanted to give him something like unique that helps put him above like just the average Joe, and we'll get to that later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have
But
a comment on that
I was
later.
like, ooh, like. So Tanjiro goes to the village, sells all his charcoal. He's gonna go back, but then old man can't remember his name because he was only there for an episode. Says, "No, stay here for the night."
It's Joe. Just call him Joe.
Old man Joe, Grandpa Joe,
Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa
the real
Joe.
villain.
Not Night Joe.
Like that's what I thought at first. At first, I thought like he was being devious or something. I was like, I don't trust you, old man.
No, but like,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, at first, and then like when Tanjiro was saying his backstory, like, yeah, his family died.
he's just lonely.
Lonely.
Well, no, I mean,
He's lonely. In
I thought that
way.
was fine.
It
He,
rolls over onto Tanjiro.
Okay, they
Dangerous
don't
to go
fanfic
alone.
here
Well, I
now.
mean, it wasn't that really that.
How old is he?
creepy.
Like 15?
In the beginning, he is 13 or 14.
Okay. And like, oh, we'll get to it. But like,
But no, but like I didn't think it was really that creepy because like the show's called Demon Slayer. There's got to be some demons in it, and literally the reason like Tanjiro's like, oh no, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna walk in the dark. I can smell. And like the old
I can
man's just
smell.
like, no, you don't need to go in there because they're demons.
Well, yeah, but it's not an
He tells
established
him that.
fact of the world that demons exist.
He's establishing the fact.
I know that, but that could just be crazy old man.
yeah, like,
True,
I mean, his
but
whole life
the
he's never
show's
heard.
called Demon Slayer.
I mean,
You don't know.
I mean, his grandma told him stories, but like,
Yes.
he's never like experienced or anything like that.
But that's like
It's
people
just like
who
folktale.
have like folktales exactly. Like you can have people with like who are fuck. I'm going up. I don't remember.
But like,
Never
it's just,
mind,
it's just
shut
like
up.
it's like something. It's like the trickster cat.
No.
It's like you know how
no,
they
don't bring that up.
no, but you know how like the kids are using him as a story, like the real, but
Yeah.
they're using it
people
as
think
like a
they're
fear. Like they're
Oh,
using.
but what I was trying to say is like you know how
That's
if
true.
you have
It
like
is like
Irish
folk
or
tales.
Scottish ancestry, like sometimes stories of like fairies and little people are passed down. Like you
Yeah.
listen to it and you appreciate it and you like it, but you don't necessarily think, oh, I'm gonna just turn on the light and there'll be fairies.
But I
Yeah.
mean, there's still stuff like bears and stuff that could
But
still.
he got a
hurt
good
you.
nose.
Even then.
Well, he he lives
You
on the
gotta
mountain
smell
and
a
he goes
demon,
up
too.
to
He's
every
always
day.
just spelled bird.
Anyway,
shit.
he sleeps there at the night.
I was gonna say bear shit. What do you think? What was your first impressions?
What you got, Carlos?
What part are we at?
We're just
He's
past
with the old man.
no,
Like,
we're just. I'm asking what you.
Get ready for a
what'd you
3-hour
first think?
episode,
What'd you
man.
think for like?
I'm just
the-
gonna replace your voice with Baba Booey.
what did you think of the first episode? Like, what was your like going into it? What were you thinking? Very much.
It was unique. And with a crazy old man who lost his family to demons.
Oh, he had experience.
Yeah.
well,
that's
no,
what
I'm not
wow.
doubting why he would believe in demons. I'm doubting why Tanjiro would believe demons exist because this crazy old man told him they did.
Because he didn't have a family. Aww.
Well, that doesn't
says
mean-
it right there that he
Tanjiro's
lost his
not
family to
naive, though.
demons.
He didn't.
Tanjiro is naive.
He says.
He's saying that
trust
after the fact as a narrator.
Yeah, this is Tanjiro in the like in the future.
He can sniff out a lie.
Oh shit!
You're lying, old man.
He said
You
what?
smell
Did
like
this old man
virgin.
becoming a pedophile who let him in there?
Say semen, but whatever.
Oh, I just live in this shack by myself making umbrellas.
That's why
Anyway, he goes back up the
Yes.
mountain after
finally.
a good night's sleep and eating some food. And
I
he
guess I
smells,
can't wait
he
to see
smells
my
that
family.
blood. He wants to see his happy
good.
family. He goes there and they're dead.
They're dead.
Oh.
Family's dead.
Dead.
Except
Dead.
for
Except for
Nezuko.
Nezuko.
who's right there on the snow floor.
Yes,
Covering
who's covering up the baby, but the baby died, but she didn't.
Wah.
Because she's a demon.
Well, I mean, you find that out.
We don't know that yet.
Oh, well.
Getting ahead of
You know
ourselves.
that now.
Then Tanjiro
So he starts
runs.
carrying her back through the snow.
She gains
And
consciousness.
she gains consciousness, and
Beats
she's
the shit out of Tanjiro's back.
Yep.
No, she's
and-
pretty much shaking him violently.
yeah, and then they fall off a cliff, and they land in the snow. And if it wasn't for the snow, he'd be dead.
Yeah.
He says that he's like, "The snow saved me, but the snow is what made me fall." It's like, oh, deep.
Let me cut myself for that one.
This is ritualistic.
It's
guys.
it's all about the perpetual state of sadness in life. The things that make you happy will inevitably make you sad. So, it looks like Nezuko is about to kill him because he has a hatchet in her mouth, and it's like, "Oh no, Nezuko!
Remember!
Why is this happening?"
Remember.
Oh god!
It's all like this. It's
It
kind of like
becomes
Ghost
Mufasa.
Rider. Look into my eye.
Oh, God.
No, to me, it was pretty much that one movie trailer that looped over, never forget where you came from.
Oh,
Yeah, the dynamo or whatever.
yeah, I remember that.
What's he
now.
talking about?
Something
What year was that? Like 2017?
a long
think-
time ago.
Like every time we went to
2017.
every time we went to a movie, there was one trailer, and I can't even remember what movie it was about. I
Me
remember it was
neither.
the main character was a woman. Is all I remember, and it's just like the tagline was "Never forget like
Where you came
where
from.
you came from."
And it was a man. It was like her. I guess the
Her
guy
dad.
who raised her,
It was her dad.
or
something.
dad, grandpa, whatever. And that
Caretaker.
was said throughout that trailer,
I hate that.
and it was burnt into our
So-
memories.
Tanjiro tries to get through to her, and it looks like it's about to work, but then
Another demon.
someone comes.
Some guy with a spiky ponytail.
Hi,
That's
it's me.
Oh, Demon Slayer. Yeah, that's right.
A demon slayer.
It's a demon slayer. It's like
Formerly known as
it's like
Johnny
oh god,
Young.
it's like the Leonardo DiCaprio memes when he's like pointing, like when it says the title of it, it's like Demon Slayer. The Demon Slayer is here.
Yeah.
But so Giyu Tomioka shows up to save the day, and Tanjiro doesn't want him to kill Nezuko because this is my sister, and he's like, she's a demon.
And then he calls him a bitch because you're not doing nothing to protect your
Well,
sister.
That's why. It's because he was like, I lost everything.
Oh,
And he was just like, man up, son.
Angsteen!
I'm more angsty than you.
I saw some things that a young angsteen should
No,
see.
do it in his voice. I saw some things.
I saw.
That make grown men cry.
I saw some things.
That's your
I
best
s-
Johnny Young
Oh shoot!
Oh my gosh!
Anyway.
You unprofessional fuck.
Hey man, it went off.
He lets him keep Nezuko.
John-
And you
Johnny's
tell
calling.
me to put it on silent.
Basically,
Yes.
he realizes and sees that
Wow.
Nezuko isn't like other demons. He can still somewhat
Yeah,
control
Nezuko
herself.
protected Tanjiro.
Though he was
After
also-
Tanjiro did some parkour and like.
Yeah, he was also impressed with the fact like, oh, this
Dude.
kid was gonna kill me once I knocked him out. Oh crap, he must be smarter than what I thought he was.
I underestimated him.
Yep.
I must return to the Soul Society. I mean,
I mean,
Yes, in the dub, he is voiced by Johnny Young Bosch, who was in a plethora of things, but known a lot as Ichigo from Bleach.
I feel like
And
he
known
only
for
said
his-
like 5 lines after the first episode, so I never even recognized
Yeah.
it. Like he's just sitting there, just like quiet.
Carlos
He doesn't
made a
talk
big
much,
deal
but
about
that's
it.
the character.
And then Insect Lady's just like, "You're over there brooding," and he just like doesn't respond. You're.
we'll get to that.
I
We'll get
know.
to
But,
it. I just love that.
Tomioka tells him, says,
You got the stuff.
you gotta learn about demons and how to fight them. You gotta, if there's a cure for your sister, you'll have to ask demons. We have to be strong enough to fight them to do that. And then he leaves them be, and he just happened to have, well, I guess they're around the area, so he probably just picked up on the ground like a bamboo muzzle for her and straps it onto her.
Yeah.
It says, "Okay, bye."
What I like
And
is
flash
Review
steps away.
Go
Recommendation.
find the old man.
Yeah.
what I
Zoom
like
out.
is after that the next episode starts with him trying to get like
A basket.
yeah, and then he's the guys who own it like you can just take it.
You're
I'll
like,
pay
"Take this
for
Let
it.
me pay you.
No, just take it. No, I'm gonna pay you. Just take it. Take my
Oh,
money.
that's after they
Yeah.
go back home and they bury their family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
This will be a
sad.
beautiful garden in about 10 years.
That was a line.
No, but that's what's gonna happen.
Tanjiro just like, beautiful garden.
The earth will consume their bodies.
How kind.
And all the nice plants will grow. The circle of life.
Yeah.
No, they just grow into
Mufasa,
one,
remember who you are.
they just grow into one big ass tree.
One big ass tree.
Made out of
The
bones.
Komodo
And then
family
the shotting
tree.
gun comes out.
No, we're getting off track. You
know
were
what?
on episode
That's
2,
what I
like
was
Carlos was saying, and he gets the materials to make a basket for Nezuko.
Yeah.
And Nezuko is just cute
Yes.
as fuck.
And whenever he
And
went
that
to,
is her.
I
And,
don't know.
and it's almost like now, like then, and even now, it feels like just like the character and look of Nezuko is almost like iconic for anime.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like again, like the meme when it's like you should be able to recognize a character by its silhouette if its character design is good, and it's like there you have it.
Okay, so I should comment on this because I actually thought that for a minute that the only reason Nezuko was there was just as the mascot for the show. Because after the first episode when they did the
you mean like
Taisho
this?
era secret crap that I skipped,
Oh yeah.
I thought that she was just there to support Tanjiro and just be cute.
You mean like how your
just-
Twitch channel's right there?
Like she just goes, like okay, that's all you're gonna do?
We had a great episode, didn't we, Nezuko?
Well, good for you. Like, I'm so glad that didn't turn out to be the case, but
She gets more
It was
involved and
close.
more involved beyond what
can you
the anime
imagine
is.
if it
Yeah.
had just been that though? She was only in the show just so Tanjiro
I
could
kind
carry
of
her
wouldn't be
around.
surprised.
I'd hate it.
Yeah.
I would really hate that. So I'm glad that they
Oh,
did more with
but
her.
you reminded me of something.
What?
For Miro,
Yes.
I hadn't watched it exactly when it was coming out back in 2019, but you were, and you told me, "Oh, you gotta watch this," and he's telling me about it. He's like, "Oh, Nezuko, she never talks. She never talks in the whole series. Like never, man." I watched the first episode, and she talks.
Mind you.
Wait, she talks in the first episode?
Yes, and
Yes,
she's
yes.
like, before she was a demon, she's like, "Oh, hello, Tanjiro, my big brother who I love so much, and everyone
Yeah.
loves so much."
I was like,
But the way he said it is like, "Oh, never, she never talks. She never talks."
But mind you,
And
like,
then
that's
the
good.
mind you,
flashback,
this
good.
came out weeks. I was already like episode 6 when I told you to watch it. And
But that was episode 1, so you hadn't
yeah,
seen
but I
it.
forgot. Yeah, I seen it. But what I'm saying is, I probably forgot.
Oh,
I
I
know,
forgot
but,
'cause
like-
I watched the first episode after the Goblin Slayer movie, so it's like,
Okay.
and then I picked up with episode 2
Not
when we
gonna
decided
lie.
to do this.
Ramiro likes to
I
mislead.
feel
so
like
it's
we
okay.
both have
Man Crybaby.
I feel, yeah, we both have a bad like
memory.
no bad like oh it ain't gonna be that bad and then when you watch
Oh.
Baby Devilman Crybaby and we see an orgy
Yeah, that was great. Oh, there's like one titty scene, but it's okay.
and then you see the orgy
To
and I'm
be
like
fair,
I feel like we told this story.
Yeah.
yeah. To be fair, with Devilman Crybaby, it applies to the story, the
Yes,
setting,
yes.
and all that stuff.
It does.
Um,
It's okay.
But
But then it's like 20
Nezuko,
episodes until Nezuko
She's
talks
cute.
again.
She gets in the basket and she can make herself small.
Oh my gosh, when she's small.
Yes.
I thought it was cute, man.
When she's running
get
away in
in
the
my
forest.
pocket.
Oh my god, she's all tall.
And then when we they go along at night because they only can move at night because Nezuko will die if she gets in the
Yeah,
sunlight.
she
dissipate
Which is
the
an
dust.
interesting take on demons that
Like they're
I
like
guess they-
vampires.
They're
they had
vampires.
to give them like a limiter. Like
Otherwise, they can
otherwise,
just-
if
Oh.
no humans would be like the bottom.
Yeah.
There'd be none left.
The food chain will be gone by then.
Yeah. definitely.
So they come across some demons who have killed people at this temple, and they fight them. And you kind of learn like the mechanics of demons, of how they can't be killed. They can only be killed in certain ways.
And yeah, certain
Hold on,
swords, and
Okay, so like after the fight, do you still think he was still a bitch?
No. That's the thing. Is that
Like what he's all,
he grew
when
on
he's
me.
all like, hit him with the hatchet. I can't.
Oh,
Okay.
so he already,
with
he already
a
met.
rock.
He already
Yeah,
met our
yeah.
dude, right? He already met the old.
Well,
guy?
that's the end of the episode.
that's
is
the introduction.
they
Oh,
meet.
okay.
Guys, he's like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta do it
Kudo.
right.
So he's just walking around in the woods and he finds somebody, demon eating somebody. I think.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I
'Cause
was
he smells blood.
he was there on purpose because I'm pretty sure.
Well, they ran to that temple because, like Brandon said, he smelled the blood. He's like, someone might be hurt.
Yeah. Tanjiro's
Flares in
caretaker
there.
personality. He's just like, gotta help.
And
So,
then he goes, and then they see bodies and
Yeah.
a person eating one, or a demon eating a person.
Fights
He's like, this is
demon.
my
And
territory.
So he and Nezuko work together and kill the demon.
Yeah.
Well, technically, he didn't like kill it.
Well, he subdued it, and then the
Subdued
sun
and the
finished it off.
sun.
Yeah, but
Did you shut
he
up?
was all, how can you finish him without hesitation?
Okay, then.
And he finds who he was looking for, the person who
Yeah.
can train demon slayers.
Person who.
And then
2
he asks
years
Tanjiro,
later.
it's like, what are you gonna do
Oh, we're
if your
not
sister
there
eats
yet.
a human?
Oh, Yokudaki.
It's
Oh, yeah.
like, oh, you're too slow at thinking.
Or slaps him.
Yeah.
And then, it's a stereotypical, like, you, this boy will never make it.
Makes it.
I like
Yeah.
the aspect of training. I like that whole thing. Like,
Well,
the
he was
biggest rock. In
He
the
had to. He was just a dude.
but,
Before
like,
that.
I know, but
And
But, well-
I also do want to say, no, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's fine.
But
Cut 'em
like
off.
compared to other anime, it might have just been a long time since I've watched like Naruto and stuff. Like the training aspect, like is actually like it seems like they grow actually just because he's training so hard. And it's like, yeah, it does a time skip, but it's not just like, oh, it's an episode later and I did one battle, but yet I'm like a billion times
Hooray.
stronger and I've learned at 18 new moves or something like that.
Talking
So
about like Naruto,
Jutsu.
where like he's like, use the ninja clones.
Hashirama
Dude, watch
Shell.
push
Oh, the waterfall.
And then I fought Kakuzu and used my new jutsu. You can't use it no more. It's dangerous. What's the point? Back to
I'm gonna use
Rasengan.
it again. But no, I was gonna say I do agree with that. That's actually what turned Tanjiro around for me because it was like, he starts training him and it's just like, oh, it's just tough. I don't know if I can do this. Like year goes by, it's all right. I think I'm ready. Okay, cut this rock.
Cut this boulder.
Well, that's getting into episode 3, but like
Right.
he has a big training arc and he starts teaching him the ways.
But it was slow progression.
Yeah.
And it
I
was
really
funny because
like
at the first, Tanjiro thought it's like, oh, just following him was part of the training. No, your training starts when we reach the top of this mountain.
Yep.
And it's
then
like,
he
good
gets
luck
down.
Good luck.
And then once they get up there, it's like, okay, now you got to get down before dawn.
And now,
Now you gotta wait.
Now you're good at going down. Here's a sword.
Yep.
Yeah,
Swing it.
and in the training arc, there are
Did you say
parts
wing
when,
it?
A swing
when he's on the mountain
Wing it.
and going through things where the animation is 3D
Mhm.
and it's a bit rough for me.
Yeah.
It's a bit
You
like
went 3D, man.
Wait for what?
Netflix
What
3D.
part?
when he's
It blends in sometimes and sometimes. it
sometimes like when he's gets hit by a trap or when he's running through the mountain.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it does
he
that
turns
like,
into 3D.
yeah.
And most of the time, it was not bad. I've seen a lot worse, but it was just something that stuck out to me because, like, anytime the animation changed, it gets a bit jarring.
Yeah, that was always jarring in
Yeah, I like
that
the part where
zombie
he's all like-
idol.
Oh, Zombieland Saga?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like when they become like
when they do a performance.
VTubers essentially.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
oh,
I like
no.
the
But,
part where he kicked him off to the waterfall. He's all, all right, here we are.
Become one with the water.
And he just kicks him off and he's all running in place while
No, it
yelling
was just like
Nezuko.
it was like old time cartoons. He was just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also like
I
when
love
he's
that. I loved all the training.
he's using
I
his
agree.
sense of smell to know where the traps are because he
Yes.
knows Kodaki had to be there to set them.
So,
And then-
So his scent would be heavier
Yeah.
there.
and then
But
when-
he still gets hit by them because he says, he's like, but that doesn't mean I'm athletic enough to actually dodge them all.
I'm
what
too
makes me
slow.
laugh though is what's his name again? The trainer.
Urokodaki.
He has super hearing. Is it?
No, his
Oh,
is
has
still
super
he has
smell, too.
smelling
Oh yeah, yeah.
like
yeah.
Tanjiro, which is why Giyu sent him. He's like, he has a great sense of smell.
I'm thinking of
much like
someone else
you.
now.
He has someone
Yes.
else.
But no, what I like too is like throughout his training, the traps become deadlier. Like he's
Yeah.
actually trying to
Well,
kill
the-
him.
First
the
it was
Donner-
rocks, and then it was knives.
I
Yeah.
thought you said the deeper he went down is like more dangerous he got.
No, like he started switching the traps out from like blunt and all that to
Yeah,
actual
to
sharp tools.
objects.
And in all this time, Nezuko's sleeping too. She
Yeah,
like goes
she's
2
to
years
coma.
sleeping.
because as a demon, the only way you can survive is by eating human flesh.
Or
But
drinking human
Nezuko
blood.
doesn't eat flesh or drink blood, so
So is it
Nezuko
like
has to sleep.
she gets strong by sleeping, or she just recovers?
I
from
think
recovers.
it's like
Yeah.
she regenerates when she sleeps.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, and I guess the plot just required her to sleep this long.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm going to be busy, and you don't have anything to do, so you're just going to lay there.
Oh, I guess he didn't.
And every day I'm afraid he won't wake up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, well, that's
what
the thing is like she didn't wake up the entire time he was training. That's what's weird. Is like she didn't get up while he was.
Or when he
Well,
left.
she's
doing
going
stuff.
through the metamorphosis to
Yeah.
become a
I
demon that can
suppose.
survive without
And
eating.
then Urodaki is like doing that like
Well,
trance thing to her, right?
you get there.
Or is
But
that later?
well, anyway, he trains him for a year. He's like, I've taught you everything I can teach you.
Yeah.
Your final thing for me to send you to final selection to go into Demon Slayer Core, you got to cut through this rock, and
Now,
just
why-
leaves him there.
The one before
Yeah.
that, I just like the way he's all wrong, wrong.
Oh, when he like slaps him.
Yeah, he's all wrong.
I like, yeah, whenever
you
they were
break that
teaching him,
sword-
I like how they were teaching him to breathe.
hmm
Then he just smacked him.
The
right
breathing
there.
techniques,
Homo.
man.
And
I
then,
know it's
I
just
love
homo.
it.
And what did he say about the sword? I can't remember. He's all, if you break this sword,
That's a bone I'm gonna break on you.
Mhm.
What are told?
So then it turns into Tanjiro versus the Rock arc.
Yes, but that was the thing that like blew my like what I appreciate about this entire thing is that it, like you said, it wasn't quick.
Yeah.
It was something just like, all right, time to train. Year later, all right, I'm trained up. Here we go. Okay, time to hit this rock. Takes him a year to get to the point where he can cut it.
Yep.
That's a lot of
Well,
time
because
that he
of-
just spent
Well, he
just doing the same
encounters
thing
some friends
over and over and over
while he's
again.
trying
Yeah,
to
these-
cut
these
through the
children.
rock. He meets these children, this guy in the mask and this little girl, and the guy in the mask kicks his ass,
Yeah.
and the girl helps him out and teaches him stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And since we'll get more to it, but I
taught
simply
you
say it
everything
now.
I know.
And then
The
Tanjiro,
freaking ghost.
Yeah, they're ghosts.
and then
They're
Tanjiro's
dead.
like, I know
They're
my
dead.
opening because I
That's
see
it.
a thread.
Oh yes, the opening
Thread of
thread.
fate.
Opening
And once
thread.
it's tight, I reeled it in.
Taunt. I know where to do it.
Yeah.
But like when I remember watching that for the first time, and I could tell like these aren't just people that showed up.
Oh yeah.
My first,
Well, there was fog, so
well, my
it could
what
have
I
been.
first thought was the guy was like the spirit of the Rock, like the manifestation of the Rock,
Yeah.
I am the Rock.
and the girl was his sword.
What is the bleach?
Smell what's cooking.
That's just like the impression I got because like the Rock, like the guy was just antagonistic towards him,
Yeah.
and the girl was helping him out, and she implied that she would be with him later. So I felt like, oh, it's like his, she's like his sword.
Yeah.
That'd be
Well, and
freaking
once he defeats
interesting.
the guy, isn't that him cutting through the
Yeah,
rock?
he cuts through the mask of the guy who he's fighting, and that was him cutting through the
through
rock.
the rock. Yeah.
So at first I was like, oh, I was right. He is the Rock.
Right. Yeah.
And then,
But it's
and then,
not.
and
Yeah.
then
And
he's
then
all,
he's like, oh,
You're ready for
I sense
training.
happiness but sadness at the same time.
Mhm.
Why is he happy and sad?
and he's all, you're ready to go to training. And he's all, oh, tell those people I say hi.
No,
How
wait,
do you know the
before
name
that.
of
How do you
the
know
undead?
those people?
The name
No,
of the
but
undead.
before that, it's like his teacher comes and he's like, I was never gonna send you to the final selection because I don't want to send another kid to his death. But you got it, so now I'm gonna send
Well, because
you.
he thought Tanjiro was never going to be able to do it.
That's
Yeah.
why he made it that big
Yeah, I
old
think we
boulder.
found out that like kids died under his care or whatever.
well,
too.
they never came back.
Yeah.
I
'cause-
know, but like a
Mr.
Rokodaki, didn't we like find out
Million
more
Arms.
about that as he was taking care of Nezuko and like hypno suggestion or whatever?
You also
We found out about the kids before the kids popped up
You also find out.
somehow, if I remember
What?
right.
And so you also find out their faith when he's in the final selection
Yeah,
and who they really were.
because
How do you know
otherwise
the
it's
name
like
of the undead?
now that
these
we've
kids are
he-
his students.
He cuts the rock, so therefore he's in the final selection.
Yeah, that was so cool. I
And he
loved
gets-
all that.
Well,
Animation.
he gets to where they're having final selection. It's on this mountain, Another weakness of the demons is
Those flowers.
Uh,
Those trees.
starts, starts with a W.
Wow.
It's
wow.
a flower.
Washigi.
Washigi. Wamus.
Worcestershire or something.
White
Worcestershire.
Whammoos. No, not Worcestershire.
Just this plant. This plant.
Barbecue.
Worcestershire.
I'm just imagining the barbecue just like searing.
It burns. It's like, oh! No, but like basically, it's essentially a big cage on the top of a mountain, and you have to spend a week there and survive, and that's how you pass. And
They
get
had
into the
40
Demon Slayer
kids. 40 kids were in there.
The-
You still imagining that?
The 40 kids with the sauce.
So
They make that up in the mountains and stir it up in the pots.
it's a cool test, and I was like into it. But one
But it shows you
thing,
the true reality of the freaking.
Until Mr. Billion Arm shows up.
yes, until this, like the first, like I guess you could call like abnormal demon shows up,
Weak
Yeah.
demons.
Damn it.
and Tanjiro has to kill it, of course, because of course he is main character.
Yeah.
Right.
Here comes Rick Grimm.
That was a little like, I was like, oh man, he did all this cool training. It took time, and then they throw this like really, really powerful demon. Well, quote unquote, really, really powerful
it's
demon.
Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And then he got the horseradish.
No, I like the final selection beginning. It was kind of like, who are all the children?
Yeah.
Go into the forest.
Dodge more.
Wisteria.
Wisteria. I could not
Wisteria.
find what it was called
Not
because I thought there was a
Worcestershire.
family.
Worcestershire.
What? I thought it was horseradish.
Worcestershire sauce.
Bloody sauce.
But demons don't like the smell of wisteria.
Yeah, well, it can hurt them. But
Oh, yeah.
like anyway, like he fights the big bad
By
this big
saving
bad
some
demon
guy.
with arms that turns out to have killed a lot of Orokodaki's former students who he sent to this.
Including the.
And I feel like it's implied that the only two students of his who have ever passed this are Tomioka and Tanjiro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing that made me laugh is whenever he sees the mask, it was like, "Ooh, another fox." It's like, how long has it been? And then he
It's
tells
like,
him,
what era is it? It's a
Yeah.
toy show era.
and he just loses his shit.
So that guy was upset about
The Taisho
how
era.
long he's been there.
Yeah.
Because he's measuring the passage of time by the era. But like I said, that doesn't really work. Like, you
Yeah.
can't really know that if you don't have information of the outside
But
world.
you gotta remember, this is their time. Back in the time, that's how they did it. They're like, a new emperor? Since when? Shoot. A new emperor? New era? God damn it all. Boy!
My point still stands.
And then this demon, remember,
But
he's a
What are you
then-
gonna disagree with everything I say?
It's not. No, but what I said is a fact, and you're just like, oh,
Anyway,
trying to drill the
Tanjiro
point
kills
home.
him and
kills
gets
him,
through
and
final
then
selection.
it is the beginning of the wait, I'm sad.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
my backstory is sad.
Yeah.
is what I wrote down.
a brother.
Oh, so they took a page out of One
And
Piece?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know if this is me spoiling it ahead of time, but it almost seems like that might be like the Black Blade kind of effect. Is like it makes demons like reflect on their past or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
yeah.
Because there was like the Black Blade, we don't know much about it.
But
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 like,
when
all
he
these
did that, it
demons he
wouldn't have been black
kills-
yet.
Yeah,
Because
you didn't
remember,
have the
they
Black
gave
Blade.
it to him after the
okay,
fact.
that's right.
I think it's just
The Tanjiro thing.
Tanjiro's like amazing personality.
yes, he
that
gets
makes people-
through. Well, I'm not even that instance. I think it's just a more of a commentary on
Flash of light.
it never comes from nowhere.
Oh, okay.
For at least, well, that's not really true, but like in most instances, like no one is just evil. Like there's a reason. There's some trauma. There's something about them,
I had a brother.
and it kind of it's just Tanjiro. Of course, he can smell their sadness
Mhm.
and smell their emotions. I'm like, wow,
No, I thought that was
You
funny
smell
too. Is
anger.
whenever Tanjiro was giving the,
yeah.
I was laughing when Tanjiro was like doing the final blow. He saw the demon saw a younger version of
Oh, Urokodaki.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was cool. But like he kills
It
the
was in
thing,
black and white too. That
and he ends up
funny.
of course surviving. And here's my only problems with the selection, right?
Uh-huh.
Like they're very vague on how the rules work exactly. So like, do you have to like go into the interior of it? Because if it's just like essentially a big circle on the top of a mountain, I just stay next to all the flowers, and the demons aren't going to come towards me.
Yeah,
Granted,
but
that defeats
think
the
in
purpose.
That zone,
Yeah.
there's no flowers.
Yeah, that
But
have
no,
to be,
you have
there
to
had to be
the
like
way
a
they make
buffer
it-
zone.
Well, I thought
Yeah.
they had to go travel to another place.
They
Oh
didn't-
yeah, because at the beginning it doesn't make it seem like there's that goal, but then at the end it's like I reached the place I had to reach.
Like
Well,
a top
no,
zone.
his thing is he wants to get to the side of the mountain that the sun rises earliest, so
Oh,
that he
okay.
can have time to breathe longer. It never said you actually have to travel
Well,
from
no,
point A
because
to
because,
point B. You just have to
well, no, I
survive
don't know,
on this
because, like,
mountain.
I was just rewatching that episode. It's like, yeah, you were. It said you have reached the checkpoint or the goal point of the mountain.
But the checkpoint is just the survival of how long you've been there.
Yeah, well,
So maybe it was just bad translation, or maybe just bad.
I don't know. It's just like that would be me. It's like how can I exploit this
Yeah.
test?
I think they sent them in there and just said, "Go survive."
And I'm
Okay, I'll
also
sit right here.
I'm very thankful that they
I
also.
You never said I had
I
to go
don't
deep
think
in
they'd
there.
let them do that.
I know that, but tell us that. Just say,
Yeah.
and you have, like you said, like have this gate that they have to enter. Like have it be like a wall, and then the mysterious, so like no demon can get past that kind of thing. But I don't know. That was just me dissecting.
and
it
then
again.
only 4 out of the 40 survived.
I survived.
Five.
Five,
I
actually.
survived before.
Yeah, we. Let me look up
Get a
their
T-shirt.
names.
Did we talk?
Well, they
about
don't
the
say
big
their
dude,
names
right?
yet, so
Yeah.
Well, I'm letting them know.
I love
Okay.
the
Yeah,
blob.
it's Tanjiro,
What was the
Zenitsu.
fifth one again?
oh, the arm guy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Tanjiro,
Oh.
Blonde
Zenitsu,
man.
then it's
He kind of remind me of like a
Genya
Bad job
Shinaz.
Taisho era.
yeah,
Jump
Mr.
in the
Mohawk.
Taisho
Yeah, Mr.
era
Mohawk, and
Jabba.
then
Pretty lady.
Sudoku.
bed. Sudoku.
Pretty lady. She's like 13.
Pretty girl, better.
Yeah.
He's German though. It's okay. Respect his culture.
I ain't German.
Sudoku?
Respect that culture.
I ain't German.
Goku.
I see you, buddy.
Kano,
I ain't German.
Sayuri.
Does that say the finalist?
Well, I think it's just like the Demon Slayers, like, and those are the 5 that lived.
Who's the fifth?
Yeah, okay.
Is it what I think
Yeah,
it
see,
is?
here's the thing though. Is like they
Why
must
is that
have hit
showing?
him
I
pretty
forgot,
well
did
because
it
I don't
explain
remember seeing him at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think. I think it's like once he gets introduced, it's like, oh yeah, he was that.
Anyway, yeah, that's what
Well,
we're
I mean,
alluding
like,
to.
He would have been. I mean, he should have made his presence known because he is a robust guy.
He was okay. Basically, like 5 of them survived. One of them is Inosuke, but we don't actually see him during the selection
Yeah.
or when they're getting their uniforms or their ore for their swords. Presumably, my guess is he just didn't care or understand the rules and was just there fucking around, and he survived.
Yeah.
From
Therefore, you're in.
Well,
From
'cause-
one of the episodes, it's pretty much what Demon Slayer was going there, but he was on his territory, so he just took his sword, and he took another one's sword, and he just like, I'm going there, and he went there.
yeah.
I'm going.
So he kind of got in by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'm kind of backtracking. I've just been trying to make sure this computer stays on, but I think the one thing that we did mention that demons get stronger by eating people, right?
Yeah.
That's why
I think so.
Big Blob Man is so powerful.
Because he,
Yeah.
and he like
Because he's
50.
eating a lot.
That's why he's a level 50 demon.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
ate 50.
I just thought it was kind of interesting that they established that. It's like, oh, like they mentioned that, and then it's like, here's this demon. He's huge. He's got like 1 billion arms. He protects like his neck like a titan for some reason. I mean, because so that he doesn't get his neck cut off. But then it's like any demon you see that's powerful after that is just like normal sized.
Yeah,
It's like, but they're like way more powerful, and it's just like,
is that the
okay.
first moment that I mean, no, that's not the first moment that Tanjiro felt pity, but was like that the second that he felt pity for the thing that he killed?
No, that's the first time.
That's the first time.
Well, no, that was
what
the
about
other
the one with that he
The other
didn't
one,
like
it's just
that
like-
with
He
the
didn't feel
hatchet?
pity for him. He was
What,
just like,
with the hatchet against the tree.
Yeah,
he didn't feel pity. He's just like, I couldn't.
Kill him.
I couldn't say.
Yeah,
I guess
I'd
that
say
could be a
more pity was
form
was
of it.
Jabba.
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 Jabba the demon.
That's what he reminded me of.
Yeah.
kind
It was
of.
literally Jabba.
Not gonna lie,
Okay.
Slugging through the forest.
not gonna lie though, when I watched it like subbed, I did like the demon's voice.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember.
I watched
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Anyway, on to episode 5.
You know
so
what
we
we
get he passes the thing. He gets back. He's exhausted, and then they have the classic. Wait, you're not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And then right then, when he gets back, guess who wakes up?
Nezuko kicks the door open.
Yeah.
After kicking the literal door out of the freaking frame.
And not much else happens that episode. He
Oh, besides
he gets his
Tanjiro struggling to get back home.
Yeah.
He's
And then
and then
dying.
he gets his sword.
and his
Yeah.
uniform, and he's dying.
Yep.
And then
He's
Bird's like,
dying.
mission.
And we
No.
find out the Demon Slayer communicate with crows
what
who talk.
What about the the master, he drops the wood. He's just standing there with wood. He's like, bro,
You've returned home.
look at this here coming out of my mask.
Not important.
And then the swordsman.
I love you, Tanjiro.
Dude, the swordsman.
I also love Nezuko.
The swordsman made me laugh when he came back 15 days later. He's all, I'm here for Tanjiro. As me, I'm sorry, but I have the sword.
Yeah, kind of like how he just
designed this
rambles
for 15
on,
days.
Yes.
and then the background, or then it cuts to his
And he's
master.
all-
and he's
he's
like,
like,
oh, he's
"Oh,
rambling
yes."
on as
And
always.
he's like, your
Just
sword's
as he
gonna
always
be
has.
red.
Oh yeah, it's
Your sword's gonna be bright red.
because of the fire or something about your
Your
family.
Yeah, because of the earrings, and then
it's black.
he gets pissed and starts putting
He's
freaking
all, how old are
Tanjiro
you?
in all these
I'm
submission holds.
37 years old.
So that's about
Mission.
all of episode 5. Episode 6, he starts his Demon Slayer work and has his first mission.
He has to solve the mystery of kidnapped 16-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Exactly 16.
Go to
It's
the
very
village.
specific.
Well, I don't remember if they were all 16
No,
or
they're
about
just
to be.
girls.
Oh,
No,
it's after
Like
they're
16 is like, oh, they're not ripe anymore.
Yeah.
Can we
No.
establish something real quick though?
No, wait.
Can they talk to crows, or can the crow just?
No, the
Talk.
crows talk.
Well, and I feel
Okay.
like it's
Except the
just
sparrow.
Tanjiro's that talks.
I love his
Well, no, but like,
Well,
I mean,
I feel like
it's
It's implied that
Sparrow.
they all have to talk because that's how they communicate.
Yeah.
and
That's fair.
Give missions. And
But because
stuff.
like
I like-
everyone just seems surprised when Tanjiro's talks. So
no,
that's
I
why
like,
I was
I like the
They've
preview
got
of that
special
one. I
crows.
like the preview though with the crow at the end. He's all, so who are you giving me orders?
Oh yeah. It's all pecking him.
So his mission is to go to this town where young girls are disappearing, and
Swamp demon.
I
Or
like it.
swamp.
Swamp.
most recently, this guy happened. His fiance was taken. He was blamed. The guy, what would have been his father-in-law,
Beat
slapped
the
him
shit out of
around.
him.
He literally beat him. He's
Yeah.
like, "Wah, wah, wah."
And Tanjiro, with his great nose, sniffs out that demon, and it finds out it's like a pretty interesting power of a demon that can.
Like clone itself, but also.
Well, I don't know if it's
Or-
clone. I think it was just like they were
Water
triplets.
style.
Yeah, they're like different. They have different personalities.
Yeah.
Oh okay.
And they can like kind of. It's like a pocket dimension kind of thing,
Yeah.
with it pulling you into like a swamp.
It's
Yeah.
like that creature from Courage, the water.
Well, yeah, because like he stayed in the swamp so long too, and I was like, can he? Because
Well-
there's like some oxygen
That's-
down here, or
We'll
like,
get there.
so I was like,
That's what it reminded me of.
Also,
I like that they jumped
That's-
right into the he didn't even really get the time to rest. He had like
yeah.
a week. It's like, all right, time to go.
mission.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Keep going.
And then
That's
and-
I
still
like how
not
he
enough.
describes him as swamp
That's
demon.
not enough time.
when he's
What was it?
when he's fighting
The swamp.
the swamp guys,
The
white
swamp.
demons, Nezuko wakes up and helps him out, and
Yeah, starts
so there she
fighting.
is, like she's not just a thing he carries around.
Not a,
Thank God.
I made this great
Oh,
box.
the
for
sorry-
you.
sorry to
I forgot.
backtrack.
Oh, you're a demon. You
Sorry for
actually do
backtrack, but
things.
like I remember when he gives them the box, like when he gives them the box, and he's like, "Nezuko, get in," and he's all, "We're never gonna be separated together." And like the dub, just that face and that voice is just like, man, that sounds like a fucking rapist or something going on. He's just like,
We'll
we're
be
together forever.
Yeah, it doesn't sound creepy to me. It wasn't that
No, but,
Um,
I don't know. I just found
For
it
episode
creepy.
6, at least, the only other thing I had of note is what you were mentioning earlier, Brandon, of like, by the way, Tanjiro, I hypnotized your sister in her sleep.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
that is apparently something I can do.
Okay, I want to go to that swamp demon.
Okay.
I looked up the wiki. Yeah, it's specifically like 16.
Okay.
Is like the prime.
Is when they're at their like ripe age.
Mangoes.
Put the Worcestershire on.
Because then he's like, "You gotta lead us. We're doing it for the
Oh,
the
Jabba's
good."
called the hand demon.
Ah.
Which, I mean,
Oh, my hand.
He's got hands.
The
hand.
hand. Jojo
but yeah,
No.
that's the end of episode 6. Episode 7, he's still fighting the swamp demon.
Yeah.
And I remember he does something pretty stupid, actually.
What,
Who's the
swamp
swamp
demon?
No,
Okay.
Tanjiro.
He goes
When
in
he
the,
just dives in that shit.
and the swamp.
You don't know what that is.
Yeah.
You don't know if there's a dimension that they control and you're just destroying yourself.
My
It looked like
asthma.
an
Like, I
ocean.
couldn't
or, like,
believe.
looked like water did
Then he
that.
Well, but then he could still somewhat breathe.
Yeah,
so
he's
it
like,
was
there's
weird.
more oxygen here than the mountaintops, but I'm just like, but then he's like, no, I can't breathe. I'm just like, is it water? Is it air? What is it? Like,
It's
Oh.
like it's miasma. It's goo.
yeah.
But then he saves that thing. He
Nasty
just
shit.
gets that little bow, or whatever.
He gets like the collection of like hairpins that the demon kept
yeah,
as
so
trophies.
the lady's dead.
And then they he kills them, and Nezuko helps. And one thing is like the guy whose fiance just disappeared is with him when this is happening, and he's holding the girl that the demons were trying to kidnap. And then after Tanjiro kills demons, he and Nezuko just go on. And of course, that guy looks like he just kidnapped that girl. He's
Yeah.
going to
Okay.
fucking jail.
Oh no.
Okay, more.
Because
Was he-
Tanjiro left, right?
Yes, he
Was
just
okay,
got
first of all,
But then Tanjiro
mission.
wasn't.
Wouldn't that make him like a 16-year-old too? If the girl they ate, like his fiance, was 16?
Yeah,
He'd
around
be
the
probably
same
a
age.
bit older than that, but
They
at
did
the
that.
time,
Wasn't-
that wasn't out of
But
question to get
didn't
engaged
Tanjiro-
really young.
To an older
Yeah.
old man.
Didn't
Yeah.
Tanjiro
Yeah.
wasn't Tanjiro trying to ask questions? to
Yes,
demon?
that's what I was
Yes,
gonna get to.
he's trying to.
He was trying to question the demon about the demon who turned Netsuko into
Yeah.
the demon.
Oh yeah, I thought that was interesting too. Because I mean, did y'all talk about that?
It's
How
all-
Rokadaki was just like, "Oh, I know who killed your family."
Oh
Yeah, he goes
we
by
did
this-
discuss
the
that.
bad demon
maker.
Michael Jackson demon.
Yeah, his name is Michael
Because
Jackson.
only one demon can make other demons,
He's a
therefore every
demon
demon
printer.
was somehow created by him.
Yeah, his name is Michael Jackson. You might want to go find him. He's being a smooth criminal right now.
He looks literally. He's just like.
He
I was just like,
does,
this
like-
guy looks like Michael Jackson.
But his name is God.
No, I saw this clip where like
Muzan.
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 I saw a clip where he's like, you know,
What
he
was it?
walks down the aisle and like he bumps into those three
Babu.
drunks.
Well, we're getting there.
What
You're
was his
skipping
name?
a bit. Basically, like the other half of that episode is Tanjiro goes to the big city. He gets
First time.
he wants first time. He's
Meets
freaking
Michael
out.
Jackson.
He wants to get some nice
Udon.
Udon.
which I looked
I'll
up.
buy
Like, what's
two.
the difference between udon and just regular ramen? It's like udon, the noodles are fatter.
And you know what else I found out?
Fat.
You remember that picture I sent you?
Yeah,
Just like
noodles.
not part with it, but it's pretty much Tanjiro challenging Tomoyoki to like an eating contest.
Maybe.
Well, I just found out that noodle the only reason why it's called that is because it's made out of buckwheat.
Oh.
Ah.
So I'm like, wow, there's different noodles just because of it's made of
Yeah.
specific lengths and all that.
Noodles are crazy. There's
Now
like
you know.
Crazy
The more you
noodles.
know.
no, I think of like that.
Whoa.
We're getting way off track, but
Yeah.
there's like a YouTube video of a guy who like is a master. Like I can't remember this type of noodle in Japan. He like makes it every day. He's made it for like 25 years straight. And he can make it exactly precise each time without like any measuring tools, and like just boom, there you go.
Noodle.
Wow.
Like if you look it up, there's plenty of. It's like food porn videos of just watching him make it, the whole process, because he does it perfectly, because he does it a million times a day.
Oh, and one more thing I would like to add though
I think-
is like I really love those random faces they make. Like how
Yeah.
Tanjiro's first reaction to seeing a big city.
Yes.
And then like when they go get the udon stand, he's all. You know, when he the udon stand, he's all. This is the beautiful Nezuko of the where were they from again?
No, we'll get to
because you're
that.
skipping again.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay.
Let's
Don't
Let's
say,
get
"Oh, I
ahead.
got to backtrack." Sorry, and then fuck around and
well,
say, "I don't care."
Well, I think I got to backtrack. It's just-
Oh
No,
my
no, no,
god!
just because I got sidetracked when you were talking about it, and like,
We're secretly alluding to our
okay,
next
so
anime
Swamp
review.
Demon when he
Don't
interrogates
commit.
Swamp Demon about
Michael
Big
Jackson.
Bad Michael Jackson. Who's back? I actually liked how he freaked out and just like, I can't tell you. Like he dies, but like
He's like he was about to have a spasm or
I
something.
think he like
We find
doesn't
out
he
once
like
they
kill
tell.
himself basically.
Pretty much if you utter his name, that's like your
Basically-
death switch.
Okay,
Basically-
and that was a good setup. I actually really liked how they set that up.
Yeah.
But then, as soon as he gets into the city, it screws everything up. I like that you don't get to really know who the big bad is, and I thought we were going to get little bits of information about him over
And it's
time.
just like, there he is.
Because the big bad is so big bad, especially since he's the original demon printer and can just, make all the demons. Just,
I got a 3D
Just
printer
whatever.
and make the demons.
yeah.
So you want to be like Naruto and be like Pain is not in. We're not gonna know who
No,
Pain
I'm
is
saying I
till like
like the
5 arcs
mystery.
later.
I like the mystery of it. If you do it little bits at a time, like
Oh,
this dude is so bad that these demons can't even speak his name. Lord Voldemort kind of stuff. I mean,
Lord Moldy Butts?
yes.
Moldy butts.
The big bad is introduced fairly quickly in Demon
Yes.
Slayer. Like he comes in,
In that
contact
city,
with him
in the next episode.
pretty dang quick.
Yeah.
He's just like,
I mean, that's a pretty. That's
Because
a.
Tanjiro's
smell.
sitting there, and he gets the scent of the demon who
That
killed his
smelly
family.
smell.
So he runs off, leaves his
After dropping
sister
his
there sleeping
after
on a
dropping
bench
his
in a
Fat
very
noodle.
busy city.
yeah, after
Yeah.
dropping his
Yeah.
udon.
After
Daddy,
dropping his
who's
udon.
that?
The city actually surprised me too because I didn't realize Taisho Era meant that kind of environment. I was just like, whoa, civilization.
Well, before that, like the only indication that it was close to the modern times than you think is like when he goes down to the village, there's power poles, power lines.
Trains!
Yeah.
Trains!
Well, still,
We're getting ahead of
we'll get
ourselves.
there.
We're at the end now, trains!
So he smells the big bad. He sees him. He runs up to him, and he's like, "You're the big bad."
I know, that was so stupid too. It's just like, if you know it's him, don't attack him in the middle of a crowd.
And then
Follow
the
him.
daughter's like, "Who's that? Dad?"
Yeah, then then Tanjiro loses his shit. Like, what? Do they not know who this guy is?
Yeah, so he's
I don't know.
It's udon noodle maker.
he's disguising himself in a human family, and then he like just looks at another human and turns him into a demon.
He scratched the
Or
back-
he scratched the
he
back of
moves
his
so
neck.
fast
Yeah.
that like you can't even see him move.
So a guy starts turning into a demon in the crowd. So Tanjiro's tied up with that, and
And then he's yelling
he
like,
shouts at him as he's walking away.
He's
He's
like, I'm following you to the end of the earth.
That was a mistake though, because now it's just like, I'm gonna kill you, kid.
And then he puts
Tamayo
then
and
she
Yushiro.
and then the cops come and they think like this guy's like a drunk or something. Like,
They
oh,
think
whoa,
they're
we lost-
Tanjiro's in a
crazy.
bit of a bind, which he already would be, and they addressed it a
I
bit
know.
later on
In
of how
general.
weird it is
For them to
in
carry-
that era for someone just be carrying around an actual sword.
That isn't an
They're not
established part of
recognized by the government. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
like
even then, it's like
Tanjiro's like, everybody get out of the
Swords
way.
were-
He's gonna eat
at
you.
that point
It's-
almost just decorations. Like no one had them like as an actual thing that they used anymore.
Guns.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
there's
I guess
guns.
There's guns. Isn't there?
yes, there's plenty of guns.
Yeah.
Oh, just wait till
I
they
didn't
get
think about
further
it.
into the or if they make more of the anime, or if you read the manga.
Well,
Not long.
like it's literally the final episode. But remember when they're about to get on the train, the cops was, "They got swords."
Yeah.
But
Oh, I'm talking
Tamio
about the
and
one
Tamio, who I put down as a doctor chick on my notes.
Nurse demon.
Oh yeah, Tamayo and the
Oh, it's my
little
favorite
Oh, the
part.
rebellious
Simp.
demon. That's
Yes.
Yushiro.
Simp Junior.
Mr.
And-
Sight demon.
and her simp
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yushiro the
Okay.
helped them out get away to their
Yeah.
super
And
secret
Nezuko's
base.
doing
But
this with
before
her
that,
feet.
he had to go get Nezuko because he
Yes,
just
he
left her there.
and then he got more udon and ate 2 bowls.
It was because
I'll
when
take
he
2
got
bowls.
there, the guy who
ran
ran the shop had so much pride in the city and his udon that he was just ripping them a new one. And he's like, "How dare you drop my udon?
It's not about the money.
It's about the pride."
about the
And
udon.
then he's like, and it's like, it's like, you gotta get more and try him. And he eats both, and he's saying thank you, and then they run off.
Do you think
And then
Muzan
that's-
eats thick noodle?
Probably.
He eats the limp noodles.
Yeah, the lip. And then after that, that's where his favorite scene is. Like, who's that ugly chick?
Oh,
What?
This is Nezuko.
when
Nezuko.
It's
When
like,
Simp
Mr.
Junior-
Sim
Tamari
is like,
demon?
she's so ugly, and Tanjiro's like, she's the beauty of our village.
Yeah.
Look at her. I mean, because it's not
Well,
it's
she's the
dark.
only beauty. left.
And meanwhile, like Muzan, I don't remember if it was that episode or the episode before that. They just as a display of like his power, he bumps into people in the alley.
I think that was the
and
same episode. Like
He obliterates them.
Yeah.
I saw
he
that.
bumps into drunks.
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
He
saw
just
that.
smacks this guy, hits the wall, dead,
And turns another one into a goo pile.
Yeah.
and then kills the
No.
big brother by launching him up in the air. And
And I was just laughing
Kicks him.
because some guy made a, like, you know how they call Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Some guy's like,
Yeah, I remember that.
He did?
I remember-
yeah, some guy, like, he's
I
like,
remember
like, they
that
rewind
too. Yeah.
when he was walking, they like rewind it, and he's like,
And then when he does the kick, it's like, oh!
You gotta send me that. You gotta send me that.
send that in the
That
group.
was like 2 years ago, man. I'm not gonna find it.
Oh, I'm sure you could find
I
it.
Yeah.
can find
Okay,
it. I
and
just,
then
I gotta
so-
see it.
Tamari demon and Arrow demon
So
get
they're-
sent after.
Well, they're chilling in the super secret base.
Yes,
The
that's
super
hidden
secret
by
base
all
that
the
was
juju.
found.
Yeah.
Because
Because
of
of-
course it is.
Because they sniffed him out. Basically.
Because
You
Arrow-
got one who has.
Muzan has sent his people after
Yeah.
because
you want to be a big
Muzan
bad.
inherently does not like demon slayers who wear those earrings.
Yeah.
Because he's getting flashback.
He's
Yeah.
getting flashbacks.
Well, not to mention Tanjiro kind of
PTSD?
stepped on
Yeah.
him and just kind of walked into his turf and said, "I'm going to kill you."
Yeah.
right in front of everybody. It's like,
His
oh,
daddy. He's
you,
like,
just,
"Daddy,
you,
who
can't-
that
you
man?"
tried to out me. I'm going to kill you.
So balls throwing demon and
Wait, what, you say
eyes and
balls?
hands
Balls?
demon.
No,
yeah, balls
6 armed
the
throwing
chick
balls.
with the
Oh,
6
yeah.
arms.
Yeah.
She does have balls.
The
Tamari
chick
balls.
whose dad is a Machamp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Hey,
though.
wait, was there a part you didn't dislike when we first watched it? You're like Tanjiro was like getting his ass beating. Like, I don't know, how can he, like, broken leg? How can he?
We'll get there.
We'll get to
We'll get
that.
there.
Okay, so they fight.
They appear and they start has fight.
But prior to that,
And I think we got to this on episode 9 now. And I have no idea what this is a reference to, but at the time I just wrote as a note for episode 9, she's so thick.
Tamari demon probably.
Well, no, not even, I don't know if there's, I think it was just
Was it
Does she
Nezuko?
got
something-
thighs?
something
Or maybe
someone
Nezuko.
said.
Was it Tomoya?
I
Like
don't
thick
know.
as in
All of them?
stupid, or is it
No,
thick
thick
as
as THICC.
Oh, okay.
Then it's thick. Something was thick. Was
Maybe-
the balls?
okay.
Well, I
Oh.
think it was just part of the dialogue. Something like it allude to is like
Oh.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch. it.
The one thing.
was
though,
it the aura that Tomoya did after the fight or what? Because that was some thick stuff.
Maybe.
Okay.
The thick aura.
It's like
I'm
after
just trying to figure it out.
the
fight was
before
good.
the demons came, Tanjiro was asking, "Is like, is there a way to revert my sister back to a human? Yeah, there might be a way."
He's gotta
There might
gather
be a
blood.
way.
After
Maybe.
two punches and a judo throw.
Get the blood.
Oh yes. I also like in the fight how it's like, at least for Shonen Jump, that's been put into anime. It's decently bloody. Like I remember, Mr. Simp just has his head explode.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh boy, and then
But I like the tension too.
yeah.
The tension's really high because it's like
Um,
you don't think they're gonna make it out because these two are really, really
and then
Powerful.
gimmicky strong.
And then they were
Yeah.
all, and they were misled to believing like they're probably about on these 12. There's his 12 strong demons.
but they're not.
Yeah.
But then like
What are those things called again?
The 12.
Kizuki. The
Yes,
12 Kizukis.
the 12 keys.
There's upper and lower.
Upper
Yeah.
ranks and lower
They're
ranks.
the lower ones, right?
Yeah.
Well, they weren't even in
Oh
it.
yeah, they,
Yeah,
No,
he
they
was
were
gonna
not-
grant them.
He was gonna
a
make them
Kizuki
Kizukis if they did it.
if they did it.
But like,
They didn't.
and we also find out in this fight that Nezuko is like super demon.
Yeah.
Yes, that was cool.
Like she's a lot more powerful than like just any run of the mill demon.
Yes.
And I remember there's this part where just my only other note on this episode was Nezuko loses her leg for a sec, and all I have is my leg,
My leg.
my leg.
But she-
Because then she like they just hold it there for a while. It's like it's okay.
Yeah.
It's funny because
It's
she's
still really
gonna kick the
painful, though.
Tamari ball, and then we're like, "No, don't do it!" And boom, off goes her
Yeah,
leg.
that was
Yeah.
funny.
But then
And
she
then
gets
she's-
like injected, and then she does it.
Well, but on the next episode, sorry to go back in the notes, but it's all I got because remember.
Mhm.
But like they blow off her leg, right, and then she gives her injection so it grows back.
Mhm.
But then she has her shoes and her socks on after it comes back. So like you took time to put it on,
Yeah.
but
that's
That's something
um,
Nezuko would do.
they win they're fighting the fight, and the arrow guy I thought really should have actually won this because towards the end he
So you can
has
just-
the
Yeah.
arrows on Tanjiro and
on his
like
body.
yeah.
it was dumb that he push maybe his powers didn't work this way, but I felt like it could have. Like he pushes them one way and then the other.
Yeah.
When I got all the arrows on him, I thought, shit, he should die. Because if
Yeah.
you push them all in the...
I thought he
I
was
thought he
going
was
to
gonna
rip
make
him
him explode.
apart. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, he's going to rip him apart.
But no, so I felt like that guy was kind of dumb, and then...
I think the arrows are limited. 'Cause
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'd be able to just push them into space. Too.
I think maybe if he
Just kill
was like an upper rank or something, then that
Maybe.
maybe.
So was this when he had a broken leg?
him. Or just get him on the
Well,
ground. And just kinda-
after this fight, and they kill the girl with the
Damn.
Tamari, the goal now is to gather
Wild.
blood from demons,
Yes.
specifically ones that have as much of Muzin's blood as possible, so that she can make an antidote.
I like how the
Muzan blood.
Tamari girl's the only one in the anime so far that died by uttering his name.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. She.
So that was an interesting death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because like, it needed that because if you kill a demon with the sword, I can't remember the sword.
The sword.
Well, I know it's but like
Changing color or
Oh, you
Uh,
mean the
Nishi
yeah, like it just makes him disappear.
Nishi something sword.
It's because of the
Like
metal
they
in it.
just well I know that, but it's like they disintegrate. So it's
Yeah.
like that's gonna be hard to get demon's blood because like wouldn't it just the blood just disintegrate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but because the Tamari girl died not by the sun or by sword, she was there so they could actually extract blood from her,
Yeah, it's a
and the blood wouldn't
yeah,
evaporate.
Nietzsche Chirin.
There you go.
Nietzsche Chirin.
Nichiren?
Yeah.
Nichiren.
So I thought that was a little clever workaround there. But yes, as Ramiro was talking about, Tanjiro mentions in the sub, because I remember this happening when it was subbed and it pissed me off. Watched the dub and it pissed me off. He says his leg is broken, right?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And then the motherfucker's walking around on it,
Oh, because he
I thought he was
hums.
fighting too still.
fighting still.
Yeah.
He's standing, like, and then this lasts for a
Oh,
while
they-
because in the next arc is like he's still recovering from his injuries,
Yeah.
and he mentions my leg was broken or is
Yeah.
broken. And I'm like, don't, like, that's a bit too out there. All you gotta say is like, I sprained my ankle or something. I could accept someone gritting their teeth and going through the pain of your sprained ankle. If your leg is broken, no. And all you had to do, because you had super magic healer lady there, is like, oh, through my various experiments, I've learned how to cure a lot of things in humans. Like, here's this injection. There, your leg's fixed.
Yeah.
or it's gonna get better.
But
Or
they say
get
like
better really
the
fast.
breathing technique also heals too. So
yeah,
But it's like, yeah, I was
Wait,
like,
There's a lot of
Tanjiro
hard
and his
things like
up
that.
on his broken
There
leg.
was something to like. Didn't you say like there was no way in hell Tanjiro can breathe, getting hit with all those arrows, hit him in the gut, like enough to like do that. His water style and that guy.
Yeah, I remember that too. It's just like,
but he learns to kind of get through it. I
yeah,
think that's
like in that moment he had to
Yeah.
learn it.
Ass pulling.
I mean,
I love
Well,
this boy.
insert cry boy.
Oh my
Oh,
god! Oh my
Episode
god!
11.
Oh,
The
Brandon's favorite
introduction.
character.
I hate him.
Of Zenitsu.
Brand, look what you're wearing, electric.
Yeah, electric.
Yeah,
I
he's
like
wearing like a
electric.
Pikachu shirt that.
On coming out of a Game Boy Color.
Coming
It's
out of
electric,
it.
man.
It's because I had a yellow Game Boy when I was younger, and I had Pokemon Yellow. So
But no,
he bumps
And
into Zenitsu again on the side of the road,
He's all
begging a
gonna
girl to
die.
marry him.
Okay, I
Zenitsu.
gotta say,
I'm gonna yell really loud at everything I say and cry at the same time.
I listened to both a little bit of the dub and a little bit of the sub just to hear the difference, and I think the sub does the performance I think a little better, but they both serve him.
No,
do
that
it
was my.
justice.
What I was gonna say too. Is
That
like,
was I hate Zenitsu can go jump off a bridge, like he's a cool dude, but I hate his character. I hate these characters.
Okay, I honestly did not know what was the appeal. Is it just because he's a badass when he's asleep?
well,
I think
what I was gonna
it's
say,
'cause
just like to go off something of just in generalization for like the dub, since I watched it, I would say that the sub is still better, but there are parts I think where the dub does do it justice, and I think
I agree.
Zenitsu's voice actor in particular like really fucking went for it.
I
And
don't
dub?
like.
Yes, he's
I-
really good. He's very, very
I
close.
hate Zenitsu's
Character?
his. I mean, he has good traits later on, but I hate how he acts overall most of the
Like
time.
how he can just flip like that?
Like he's
I'm
just
passed out now. I'm badass.
he survived final selection, but he's just the. I know that's the gimmick, but I hate that gimmick.
Oh, I
It makes
agree.
me not want him to be around. It's just like just go away, please. I don't like you. But I like it. I don't know what to say about it. I just like how he screams. I like just the tone of his voice and just the way that he does it. It infuriates me, but it makes me happy. I understand the allure of why this happened. It's just like, really? Like, I'm sure if you read it, it'd translate differently. Like, I feel like it'd be different because like you'd be reading it and be like, oh, this guy's kind of a weirdo, but when you hear it, it's like, oh my god.
So pretty much, Tanjiro meets up with him, and
He's
they're
trying to
both,
get him off
they're
the
both
girl.
assigned to go to this place, and they come across the mansion.
Yes.
It's-
Go to the mansion
with this
now.
kid.
Of course, Zenitsu's like this demon slayer, but he don't want to do nothing. He's
Yeah,
scared.
he's
He
crying
just,
the whole
I don't want to
time.
die.
And then when he sees Tanjiro, he's like, "Hey, I remember you from the final selection." I was like, "I don't remember you." What?
He looks
And then
down on her.
Here's my rice ball.
It's like,
Yeah, it's like, why aren't you eating? That was the only one. Here.
And then
Oh,
further,
Tanjiro.
Tanjiro's
He's so
like
good.
aura of kindness and goodness. And
Does he
then,
have
like,
super hearing too?
I don't
then
understand.
it's-
We learned
Oh,
that
yeah.
his power, or his gimmick that makes him a bit better than the average bear, is that he has essentially super hearing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
literally
makes sense.
thought from that point on they were gonna form a group of 5 people that have like super senses, and I was like, "Is that really what this anime is? Like a super senses?
Well, sort of.
Super taste. I can taste the demons.
Oh god.
I eat a leaf.
Let me
I gave a shit there.
Oh, God. Let me lick
Exactly.
the air.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna do that, but then they just
A
stuck with like the
demon
hearing and the
falls around.
smell. My
So
super sight.
the mansion thing was. Now I like how tense it was, but it didn't have to be this bad. It was
They bump
do you
into
mean?
like they get in there, and you know,
okay. They
Nezuko's
bump
gotta
into a
stay
group
outside.
of kids, and they're all
They
scared.
took our brother in there. He's like, we gotta go get your brother. And
And
then-
We
then
had
right
to?
before they say that, they see a body fly out.
yes.
And he's like,
Is that your brother? No, that's not our brother. He's
wearing
dead.
he's wearing an orange kimono. And then he's like, I made it out alive, but I made it out, but I'm gonna die here.
That's the best performance.
And he just
probably.
dies. And then yeah,
What's that instrument called?
Taiko.
Taiko drum.
but then before that, he's telling Zenitsu, he's like, we gotta go in there.
It's like
Do
DDR
we
or
have
whatever.
to? And then you can sense
a
this
rhythm
aura
game.
on Tanjiro, like this ogre aura. He's like, "It's okay, stay here." It's like, no, I'm gonna go in. I'm not forcing you to go in. Just stay.
And
Yeah.
then they have the fun adventures to the mansion, which I thought was really cool. And
It essentially
How,
turned into an escort mission.
yeah, when
Yeah.
Tanjiro has the girl with him and he has to cover her mouth, or when there's a body, he deliberately walks with her, facing the other way.
Zenitsu-
Stuff like that.
Oh, I
You know,
felt bad for the little-
Tanjiro's doing his job, but like, and it's just like, oh my god, you gotta save me!
Yeah.
Please. It's like, I got the sword. I'm supposed to protect people, but it's like,
Temple Demon, Tongue Demon, and Horned Demon are the ones that show up in the
Yes.
horny demon.
the Horned Demon.
And then they bump into someone else in there.
Fuck him.
Boar Man.
They bump into
No.
it.
Mr.
Inosuke.
Bully.
Okay, so you think
And
Zenitsu's
Inosuke.
bad? Let's introduce somebody even worse and more intolerable that's going to be in the series for a while.
He's funny as
No.
fuck.
Yeah,
No,
he
he's
is.
not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
What do you like about it?
How he's banging a tree in the background.
Okay, just because he's a moron doesn't make him funny.
But like, he's not. He's tolerable. There's a reason. Like,
Yeah.
like he's
No.
At least he's not a coward.
Okay, he's the opposite of Zenitsu then.
Yeah, that's.
He's
I
like the-
don't like him.
I think on a scale, it's definitely like Zenitsu's awful. Then you got Tanjiro in the middle, and then in his
Yes,
Inosuke is
he's
like
on the other side
like
of the
another
spectrum.
yeah, but like in his own way, he's really annoying. But then like he definitely he grew on me. Like at the beginning, I was like, oh my god, he's just a bully, and he's just gonna be like,
No,
oh,
no.
I'm stronger, and I hate everyone, and you all suck, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is such a
Don't
terrible
get me
archetype.
wrong, they're growing on me, but Tanjiro's got to whip them into shape.
Yeah.
They're intolerable and insufferable. I cannot
think
stand them.
Throughout
Like,
the series, Inosuke realizes his problem. He's like, "Oh boy."
Like you relate to him. Like you post his like picture all the time and stuff. And for a second, like every time I see him, I thought it was you. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, it's just Carlos. He's like, you know,
Because I
He's
can imagine,
cool.
I can picture myself rubbing my head with the pigeon
Who are
mask.
you
on.
gonna
I can
headbutt?
see you doing
Who
that.
are you gonna headbutt and
I
bleed?
can see you being headstrong, but Inosuke's an ass. I hate him. He's not you.
He's a feral child,
Human.
basically.
I know that, but you at first.
And I
you
love
think
the
that
joke
he's
of him
just a
getting his
dude that's
name
like,
wrong.
"Get out of the way, I get power." He just goes in. It's just like, who are you? You feel strong?
That's another
He
thing.
makes everything worse. Zenitsu makes everything worse, and Inosuke makes everything worse. It's
I
like
agree.
Tanjiro, if he was there by himself, he'd be able to do it, and if he was fine, he'd be like, okay, we're good now. Thank you. And I know he got out of it because he had their help, but damn it, you made a bad situation worse. These characters, you can't work with them.
Okay, anyway, before
At
that,
first,
what
anyway.
you think of that demon, the drone?
I
I
thought
liked him. That was unique.
that power is really cool in that whole situation.
I love
Like,
all these random weird
changing
ass
the
gimmicks
rooms
that
and
these
being in the
demons can-
mansion.
demons
But like,
can
I
just
feel
do.
like more humane. Like when he was fighting, I feel like he's a demon, but I felt like he was more humane. Like
Oh.
when
Oh,
he
yeah.
noticed Tanjiro wasn't stepping on his pages, he's like,
Yeah, one of
You
the
didn't step
notes
on
I
my
have
ring.
is just you suck at writing lol.
Oh.
"Get this garbage!"
Yeah, when he gets like his sad
and that would be the
backstory.
one that gets killed by the Temple
That's
Demon.
Brandon's guy right there.
Yeah.
No, but
Oh,
see, did
no.
Tanjiro avoid the papers on purpose because he didn't want to insult the demon?
It wasn't
or
that
he
he
just
didn't
want
want
to step on
It's
it.
that he didn't want it. He didn't. It wasn't that he consciously knew if I don't step on him,
Like he
It's
realized
just
during.
it's a
Did he actually respect
He's
the
just
demon?
it's
not
a
well
polite
mannered.
thing to do.
yeah.
It's
Oh.
just his own inner thing of like you don't step on paper when it's on the ground.
Tanjiro just being best
Really?
boy.
Yeah. It's for
But-
that era,
no,
for that time.
Tanjiro.
for
What made me
that-
laugh about this too is
Tanjiro's a saint.
it's that
He is a saint.
I pray
they
to
bump
him.
into the what was that other
Wasn't
demon?
he
The
alone?
tongue
Somebody
demon.
get me
Yeah,
a
tongue
figure.
demon.
I'll
The
make a
tongue
shrine.
demon, and then you see Zenitsu and the kid running away,
Oh.
and then to the point where the demon says something when he cornered them into a room, and he just blacks out, and that's when you first see like, oh, he's only good whenever he's not asleep.
and it's
Yes. Okay.
subconscious,
So
basically.
that I don't like that gimmick.
Wait, wasn't he? Wasn't
I-
the?
I still like. I like Zenitsu. I think he's funny. Like he's more tolerable to me than I guess Tanner.
I mean, that's the thing is I understand why people would find him funny, but like, you know, I don't know.
Sometimes.
Usually when I'm watching these shows, I'm pretending I'm kind of there with them, but it's like, okay, we're on this journey with them. Would I actually tolerate these people in real life? No, I hate.
Well,
them.
that's why
Well, you
he's
hang out with
side
Red.
character. Like if he was, like can you imagine if
Best boy.
Zenitsu, whatever you say,
Zenitsu.
was like the protagonist?
Yes.
Like, could you imagine that?
Oh no.
That
No,
would
but
be
He
it's
only
horrible.
works because Tanjiro is there to balance him.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be like
And like
the
writers
stereotypical
and
one?
people who make anything always craft it like that. They always think of the balance of the group,
Mhm.
and that's why Tanjiro is,
I get it.
super good.
I get the gimmick, but it's like, I don't know. Would it make it more interesting if he was faking acting that way, acting stupid, just so he could hide his power?
Yeah, it was making,
Would it make more sense?
it was-
but I know that's not the case.
No, it
because
would make it
it's just,
interesting. But
Oh,
My
he passes out and it's,
yeah, kind of.
okay, and now I'm super powerful, and he doesn't even remember that he did it.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's so weird. How do you just do that?
But then what was I gonna say? Wasn't that demon just lose his rank? He just lost his
He
rank.
just lost his rank as one of the 12 Kizuki.
The Lord.
Yes. And another just voice acting thing that since we're kind of reached that point of Inosuke.
I was gonna say, what did they name the person with rare blood? Because they had a specific name. It's like, I gotta eat the thing. I gotta eat this person.
Oh yeah, that's what the kid
Okay.
was.
The family.
The only reason that boy got kidnapped is because he was a rare blood.
Yeah, so
Adrenochrome.
there's a rare blood type that demons particularly like. and
Because it's
very
like-
good for them.
It's like the equivalent of eating like 5 or like 10 humans at once.
And he was
It's
trying
just-
to
it's
get back
special.
his rank. Because
Yes,
said
he was trying to eat more people to gain more
Let's just
power.
call him a blue blood for now.
But just Inosuke in the sub voice is really good.
Yes.
Oh no, I'm fine with the
And
voice
it's
acting.
interesting.
That's
Interesting
great.
too. I can't remember offhand what his name is in the sub, his Seiyu, but it's like he typically doesn't do characters like that. Like you know what he's
Really?
best known for?
Soma.
He's Soma in Food Wars. He's also Kirito in Sword Art Online.
Hmm.
So it's like to
And
hear him go like into that voice, like oh wow, you really are talented. But in dub, like you hear it, and it's like of course you don't want to hear it because you like the sub already. The sub is still better, but like in the dub for it, Bryce Papenbook, he got okay for me after a while of watching it. Like I could tolerate it.
It's funny
Did you
because
find it?
whenever you
Cool.
said that, he thought that the role should have been reversed. Like it should have been Bryce Papenbrook to voice Tanjiro. Whoever does Tanjiro voice Inosuke's
Marchi?
Maruchi.
Humans. And yeah, sorry, he's the drum demon. The temple demon's the first demon that
They
him
kill?
and Ezuko find and decapitate.
okay.
They were like clumped together, but then I was like, oh wait, no, that's not the right one.
But
Maruchi.
they all get out of the
They get out of the mansion.
thing, and Tanjiro comes upon the scene of Zenitsu holding the box, and
What's in the box?
But you
Inosuke.
didn't tell the demon's backstory.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Your writing
why
sucks,
does it
lol.
suck?
Yeah.
No, that Tanjiro, he's like, Tanjiro, did you really like my drumming? Yeah, I did. It was really cool.
And your power is very impressive. I
Really?
could die in peace.
And it
It's
was
like,
like,
are
I'm
Yeah.
at peace.
Did he steal his blood before? He killed him?
I don't think
Blood?
he did. He yeah, he did take his blood
Got
out.
his stash.
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he
I
did.
did because they had the whole transporting cat thing.
Yeah.
Like the cat popped up to him because that's the
Oh,
seeing guy's
yeah.
power.
Yeah.
Good thing it wasn't a hate.
Damn pussy.
But yeah, then he goes outside.
No, okay, so that's another reason I don't like Inosuke.
Well, he's,
That redeems Zenitsu for me at first because it's just like, oh, you're so good, Tanjiro. I like you. And
You said this box means more to you than your life.
So I protected it because you gave me your rice ball.
Let me stab it, please. Let me stab it.
There's a demon in there.
well, that's
Yeah,
his
and
first
then-
beginnings, man. People make mistakes at the
Yeah,
first
but
impressions.
before
always
that,
bad.
I can take
after
it.
that, it shows what the events that happened that led up to that. And he's like, there's a demon in there. I know there's a demon in there. It's like I knew it was the first time I met him.
Yeah.
I hate it because it's just like, oh, I gotta kill it. Like, okay, good for you. Like, can you not be stupid? But that's, I don't know. Like, I think, like, okay, you're already making things more complicated in Inosuke.
Yeah.
Why are you? We just got out of a horrible situation, and now you want to get into another fight. Like this dude just roams around looking for more powerful foes.
And
to
he's
fight.
like
It's just
telling
well,
him,
good luck,
like-
get away.
It's like, you know what? If you're not going to move, I'm going to secure both of you.
Well, Inosuke is literally a child, but even younger
I know,
than he
but
actually is.
first impression, of course, is just insufferable, power-hungry maniac that needs to be
You
put
want to
down.
know what? You want to know the moment I liked him?
What?
When he put his head backwards and was like,
Oh, yeah, when he did his flexibility. But no, but prior
The
to that, Tanjiro got so pissed that he ended up punching him and breaking his ribs.
Yeah, he fights Inosuke after fighting.
And he
him
just starts laughing
and all
and
this
he's
stuff.
like,
Well,
we're
I
not
gotta fight you now.
And then they go at it.
Yeah,
And
no,
then-
not in the way you think.
Oh,
Bad little thing.
you were
Back
thinking,
off.
I was thinking like,
we know what Tanner looks up on his spare time now.
fanfics.
It's not my fault it exists.
Well, then the three go get
No, but
rest,
prior
and
to
then they go to his
what I
forest.
found funny
Yeah.
though is that he headbutts him, and that was
Oh my god, that was so like. 'Cause, I mean, I don't like him. Remember, I hate him. So it's like when Tanjiro like smacks his head and puts him in his place. It's just
You're like this. I
Yeah!
bet you're like this.
the mask,
You like-
the hide
go
of
check
the
your
board
pants.
falls off, and you see his face for the first time, and he's like, "It's a woman's head on a man's body." That's essentially how Zenitsu's described it.
I don't know. I wouldn't fap to that.
You
I don't know
understand-
why. Like they think like he's effeminate, but he's not a woman. Okay, let's just get that
funny
straight.
story in regards to Inosuke and
Because
me and
I
Tanner.
thought he was like super.
Before
when
he
they said that,
watched
was
it,
super beautiful.
I sent a picture of just his face to
Yeah.
Tanner, and I asked, "Would
No.
you?" I did
Yeah, I remember this. Did I say yes?
And he said, "Maybe. She seems kind of tomboyish, though."
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, now that I know, it's different.
And then, yeah, then they get into the like, "What? You got a problem with my face?" And they get into this big old argument, and then he's like, "My name is Inosuke," and then
Oh,
it's like, "How do you spell that?" I don't know.
I don't know how to
It's
spell
on
or
my
read or
loincloth.
write.
It was on my loincloth, and then right when he during mid sentence, he just stops, and they're like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah,
and then
so-
the concussion kicks into effect, and he just blacks out, falls back, foaming of the mouth,
Yep.
and then when he wakes up, Tanjiro tricks him into helping them bury the body.
saying, "Oh, it's like, oh, it's all right. You probably used up your energy. You probably
Yeah,
couldn't
that-
bury these
that was-
bodies."
I like how like easily manipulated he is, though.
Yes.
It's just like, oh, I get your deal. We're
Oh,
better
and-
than you.
and
Oh, he's not good
one,
enough.
And one direct quote from that episode that I wrote down because they're kind of celebrating after the fact, and the little girl like rubbing Tanjiro's head, and Tanjiro, your head is so hard. But yeah, there you go.
Talking,
My
getting on to me
my
for that.
my third grade humor there for you.
Yeah.
I laughed.
And then
I think there was a lot of,
Okay.
third grade humor
Thanks,
of
I
yours.
get it from my
And
dad.
then I wrote like just the Three Stooges at the
And
hotel.
Yeah.
okay, what made me laugh about that though is that on their way there, Inosuke was doing his damnedest to pick a fight with Tanjiro again.
Yep.
and
Yeah,
then
fight again, please, please, go.
He's like, "What's your name?" Tanjiro. My name is Tanjiro, and he's mis saying it, and then he's like, "Who's that? Yo, that's not me."
Yeah.
And then the freaking Zenitsu gets pissed. Like, "Can you yell any louder?"
and then the box opens.
No.
wait.
we'll get to that.
One moment here. There's-
That's now.
yeah, here's part 2 of the code. Of the code for the
Oh,
Amazon
gosh.
gift
Yeah.
card.
It's just like, what's the code?
No.
Okay,
Here we
Here we
go.
go. L5CFK9.
Repeat that again.
I'm going to repeat it. L5CFK9.
And here's the code for my giveaway. INOSUKE.
What was that spell?
Bad character.
Oh,
I was gonna cuss, but I didn't.
No, I was gonna cuss too, but I was like,
you should be jumped.
But in those
Show me,
cases,
Like when you walk out of here, it's just going to be a gang waiting for you.
Why?
A gang of angry weebs.
With a Inosuke hat or
Yes.
mask.
What if it was like 20 like really good Inosuke cosplayers and they all just kicked your ass?
I don't even know.
And then
Just
after that, they're
further
all,
proves my point that Inosuke sucks.
and after that, they're all
human
banging their
being.
head
Well,
on
that's
the
only
same
because you
tree.
called them out.
Okay, now
Are we
prior
just-
to that,
our character's not above criticism.
yes.
they
Is it
get to the
insufferable? What do you
hotel.
I mean, I never hear.
Well, I don't know if it's even a hotel. I think it's just a family house and a
That's-
They
family.
get to the inn.
That's
It's
what
worse
like
with
that.
the Demon Slayer core.
Yeah, the
Oh
Wisteria
yeah,
family.
they get to that amazing resort that's like
It's like an inn at least.
Yeah.
They get to the
specifically
inn.
for them. Yeah.
Yeah, and then once they get there, they're all like,
Extra
"Okay,
robes.
here's your robes. We'll get you guys
Dude,
cleaned up."
that's some good.
And they give them their food,
Work
and
perk right there.
again, Inosuke's trying to pick a fight with him, so he's stealing his food. He's like, "Oh, you must be so hungry. Here, take it." And he gets pissed. And then whenever it comes time to get their beds, he just jumps on one. He's like, "First come, first serve." It's like, "Oh,
I
you,
was like, okay.
it's
Oh, you
fine.
must be
And
so
then, oh
tired.
my
Sleep
god! Like the
outside.
moment when I remember this specifically from the sub. It wasn't as good in the dub, but like when he's just laying there and he grabs a pillow and he makes him scream. It's like,
I like the sub version just because how he's like, he just.
it sounds like he's screaming bloody murder and he's throwing a pillow at him.
Yeah, it's like Zenitsu. What side do you want to leave? Ah!
Yeah.
And then the box opens.
and then the doctor comes in.
You really want to open that box, don't you?
Yeah, he does.
Well, it just
But no.
establishes that Zenitsu's obsessed with women. I think that's with
Another great
Yeah.
character trait.
Yeah,
for
that's
him
why
to
he
have.
likes him. That's why he likes him.
No,
so
I
much.
like
literally
him because
any
he stood up
female
for
character,
Nezuko.
whether they be a child or an old lady.
I mean, for
Zenitsu
God's sake,
is
he
obsessed with
he
them.
racked up so much debt that when the guy who trained him found him, he pretty much paid his debt in return. He had to learn the way of his style.
It's
Yeah.
funny.
But no, what was funny is that the doctor comes and they're all laying in bed. It's like, who knew we all had broken ribs?
No,
Dude.
it's like that part too. It's like they're sitting there, like the doctor's like, it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's like, who would have thought we all had broken ribs? Zenitsu 2, then 3 for Tanjiro, and 4 for freaking Inosuke.
I do give Inosuke credit for being very strong, but it's like that's your whole thing. It's your gimmick.
Because
Like,
he's a
good for
bully.
you.
And it's funny too, because then he shows us the bump he got from Tanjiro. It's like, this
Yeah.
thing hurts more.
It's his pride right there.
So they stay at the place. They all
Yeah.
heal up.
It's a nice
Inosuke
little-
is starting to
nice little story.
learn how to people,
Not be a bully.
how to be people.
Hey, you
Yeah.
skipped his favorite box opening.
Oh fuck! Yeah,
I explained it.
I'm skipping that part specifically
So
because you wanted
man.
to. The box opens up. Nezuko comes out. Zetsu is mad at first because he thinks Chandro has a girlfriend. Then it's just it turns out it's sister, and then Zenitsu is in love with her because
Is this one
girl.
of them sex
Cuz
dolls?
I like
Cuz
that
girl.
whole freaking Zenitsu
Oh,
yelling at Tanjiro, and Inosuke's like, "Why won't he fight me? Why won't he fight me?" And then whenever she comes out of the box, like, "Whoa, that's too much thinking for me. I'm going to bed."
All right.
They get better.
And then like
they
the
leave.
next day, it's
And the
like you
box
just see a
opens.
happy Zenitsu.
Shut up!
What?
I'm gonna put you in a box.
You see
I
a guy
cosplay as the box.
Shit.
trying to convince a Nesco cosplayer to
Get
be
in
there.
me.
Oh, no.
God.
And you
No.
bet his Tanjiro make that creepy face where he's like, we'll never
We'll
be
be
together forever.
Where are
You
we going with
see,
this?
then you like next day, it's like
They're going off. They're
They're
going
going on
off
their
on their
next
missions
mission.
again. The old lady's about to do like the
a
traditional
ceremonial
like.
good luck. And freaking Inosuke took offense to that.
What are you doing?
Challenging me? XD?
No, like, oh, God. She did the traditional suck it movement.
The suck it send off?
Yes.
And
Because you guys are doing this suck it thing
Are you
for
threatening me?
people.
WWE.
You were about to say WWU,
I was
man.
gonna say
Oh,
yeah, but
WWE.
I don't remember when it changed.
Ooh.
Roll
Yeah,
wrestling.
So this next
She's
mission
sending
is
him
the...
off.
So they go off to Spider Mountain, basically.
Okay, so that's...
Spider Mountain.
I'm glad that they actually got a break, because, like, Tanjiro was just, like, kind of just strung along and, like, had to deal... Like, he's babysitting now.
Yeah.
He's, like, I mean...
Well, and
he doesn't necessarily have to babysit his sister. Like, his sister can actually hold her own. But the other two, he has to babysit, basically. I don't...
Okay, what the hell did they
He
do
got
to
stuck with them.
make like? I know that we're going up the mountain, but what the hell did they say to make Tanjiro just like speed up?
Well, he's like...
And then
I
and
think
those-
It was one of the
no.
Kizuki. I think he heard that it, or smelt that it was one of the Kizuki. or
no, it's
something.
like they were walking up there, and he starts speeding up, and Zenitsu was like, "Why are you speeding up?" And Inosuke's like, "Oh, you think you're faster than me? I can keep up with
Well, I
you."
think Tanjiro was like, "Oh, I think he smelled something like dangerous." He's like, "Oh, I gotta
Yeah.
hurry and get there," and he ran off. And Inosuke felt like it was a challenge, so he ran
Challenge.
off.
Because I think
Zenitsu
didn't
ran
the
because he
crow
didn't want to
tell
go
them
alone.
that there was a lot of bad stuff happening and they needed to
Yeah.
head out
in the forest.
Demons in the forest.
Yeah, then they get to the mountain,
It's like the way
and
you
then
said
that's
it.
where like he gets that big old stank whiff of blood or the demon.
Stank.
There's some stank.
No, he gets the dank of the kush.
He gets that
Stank.
stank. Okay. And then that's where then it's like at first he's froze, but wasn't it like Inosuke that got him to go in there?
What is this language? He stank, but then he froze.
And then
the kush.
okay, then Inosuke and Tanjiro go into the
Yes.
forest, then they just leave Tanjiro, who's like, I can't believe they left me behind. And what ends up making him go in there is because he remembers like, oh, he took Netsuko in there. I gotta go save her.
Yeah, actually,
women.
it was interesting. Like, I hate the fact that Zenitsu stayed behind, but it's like, I understand that it's his character and everything. Of course, Inosuke's going to charge in. It's like, okay, I'm glad that his energy is actually being directed towards something good now and not just power lust and just insanity,
Yeah.
wild
Well,
insanity.
he just found himself a rival.
What?
He found himself a rival.
Okay,
The
yes, he
challenge.
found himself somebody to compare himself to.
Because the pride is
So the
broken.
whole Spider Mountain arc was interesting because like they have to fight like 3 different demons.
They fought four.
Four.
Yeah.
Oh,
five.
Total it was
Five.
five.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
so
you
it's
had-
like a big deal.
The mother,
You
mother,
had mother, father,
Mother,
Brother.
father,
Older brother,
older brother,
sister, and then
sister.
Muffet.
and then the
Huey.
yeah.
Not Huey.
Reed.
Huey.
Huey.
I was like, Huey?
Huey?
Huey, Dewey,
R-U-I.
No.
R-U-I is how you...
DuckTales.
Brewery.
Brewery.
I was thinking more
Mr.
Bowling.
Scrooge.
Anyway.
My body is shit.
But no, but I remember specifically they're going along,
I'm back.
and there's one line that
The
like
time bag demon.
No. I'm so sorry.
I don't get it. What just happened?
You're making DuckTales.
We're making jokes is what we're doing.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to this now.
you don't listen to him.
No, I do, but it's like sometimes like this. I gotta go
Did you
for this
listen to-
specific
I've
reason.
listened to them all.
I don't feel like
you
we've
didn't
laughed
tell
this
me
much
anything
about
in the group chat.
This is
You
bad.
thought episode 5 was funny. Because usually you do. You usually post something you thought was funny.
Well,
And this time you did it.
Well, my bad. You should have.
I take it back.
I posted something that I thought was funny.
Anyway, we're even more off track now. We're doing
Yeah.
self-referential.
so there's
things.
lots of
Spider,
demon
spider,
slayers that were
spiders.
sent up into the mountains.
Oh well, basically
to
what I was
fight
about to
these
say
demons.
is there's a part where they
Separated.
get all there because they encounter because there are other demon slayers there who are fighting the demons on this mountain.
Yes.
They encounter one of the survivors from that initial group, and Tandor literally says something along the lines of, "If only, where was it? If only you had some kind of power that would help us detect where the demon controlling the strings is."
And those.
And then he did.
Yeah. He's
So I'm just like,
I'll
oh,
show you.
okay.
Wait,
Thank God.
what was Inosuke's power? Like, what's the
He's just like
It's like
he's a feral
I forgot
animal.
Inosuke had
so he
freaking
has
sensory
senses.
protection.
He
Yeah.
can,
He
Protection,
observation
whatever.
hockey.
yeah.
Yes. How did he do that?
He sat there and concentrates, and he can feel around him.
So he's a spider, and that's the trans
Yeah.
vibration.
Technically, he
That's
grew up.
three
in
out of the five senses.
Did we find out about his backstory during this part,
No.
or was it before?
After
After?
you get a little bit of it.
Well, right now
get a
I'm
little
kind of
bit when
mixing
he's
it with Kung Pao when the baby rolls down the mountain. That's kind of Inosuke, and it's just like, well,
Literally.
yeah.
God.
But anyway, good vibration.
Anyway,
Give them good
So
vibes.
anyway, they
Spider
go
brother.
they encounter a demon,
brother.
the spider. I'll call her Spider Mama, who is controlling people with
Milf Mama.
her spider strings as like puppets, marionettes.
What the heck did you just say?
And
Milf Mama.
they meet
they meet a demon slayer who's still alive, being
they
possessed.
meet a couple of them that are still alive, but they're strung up, and all his limbs are broken, and he's dying. And he says, "Please kill me." Tandor's like, "I can't do that, and we can't do that. So I'm going to help you suffer some more."
By throwing you up there.
Yes.
And then she realizes like, oh, they're weak, and she just snaps their
Yes,
neck.
because
Snaps all their necks.
they figured out the way to counter that is by throwing them up there and having the slack stop the strings, but then she just kills them anyway, so it's like there's no
Yeah,
point.
that was really sucky.
But it was just like to emphasize, like,
I thought it
wow,
was
this is
funny.
dangerous.
Well, I mean, it's
So,
funny,
I
but
was
like,
laughing.
I was sad.
Kills the
I was
Spider
all like,
Mama.
So he goes and he kills the Spider Mama, and we find out that she's kind of like a hostage
Yeah.
anyway.
She's like
Toxic
I'm free.
relationship.
It's like
Yes.
Tanjiro
I'm
felt like the
free.
sadness and fear coming out of her, so he switched his
No,
formation.
he doesn't
To
feel
make
it.
it,
He smells it.
Less-
less
Smell.
painless.
Yeah, smells it.
I smell.
The
It's
smell
like,
smell.
Yeah, like she's just
Say
like
it.
she's like, I'm about to die, and she's like, I'll embrace it.
And then she tells
He's like,
him
"Jugular!"
that Kizuki is there.
Yeah.
There's like
Of
one of
course
the
she
12 Kizukis here, and they automatically. I think,
All right,
didn't
I'm
they-
out.
Then they assumed it was the dad.
Yes.
The dad.
Yeah.
Dad.
Dime bag
Actually,
demon.
I really liked the character designs of all of them. I mean, the mom was kind of plain, but like the others were very, like I
The
liked
others look like the mom.
the big spider. No, the big
Oh, the
spider.
dad.
Except for the big spider
and then
dad.
little spider head.
And
Oh.
like the spider
Like,
guy, yeah. But like the mom looks like,
The
just
daughter.
like the mom of the sister and brother.
Well,
Right.
that's because like
No,
they're
no, they
quotation.
look
Yeah,
similar.
they,
But what
like,
I'm
have
saying is, I
faces
like
implanted on them or whatever.
I like their gimmicks. I do like each of their gimmicks because, like, I
What
don't
was
know.
the
I just
sister's
like
gimmick
seeing
again?
this
I can't
dude's
remember.
nasty head. on the
She puts
spider
you in the
body.
the
Yarn ball
sack
and-
and
Silk
disintegrates
sack.
you.
with mother.
And she gets you naked and then she melts.
Oh, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Whoa.
there.
Silk
Okay,
Whoa.
let's get back on track.
Let me remind everybody again that I really like the tension in this because it's like
They could literally die.
the power level was either higher than them or even to their length. Like
Yeah.
they're almost outmatched at this point. They're trying very hard. Like Inosuke is like, really, what are you shaking your head for?
I was trying to pop my neck.
Oh,
They
I
say
thought-
you're wrong.
I thought you were like, nah. Just like, no, man, no. But like, it's I like it when shows do that. It's not like, you know, the heroes are gonna walk in there like, you know what they can, you know what they're capable of. It's not like they're just gonna walk in there and just wipe
Well, they
the
just
floor with
walked
them.
in the fire. They don't know what they were going up against.
Right, but what I'm saying is that it wasn't just a quick clean. This was
You made it sound like a quick clean.
difficult.
Mother. Oh, septic.
Yeah,
Only
but like
from Mother Spider.
that's one specific. They had to fight 4 more.
I just like you know my favorite part. I know I'm getting ahead of myself. I just like the part where what's that guy's name? The main one, the main that's like holding them hostage.
R-U-I.
How do you?
I just like he says.
Ruri.
Wait,
Ruri.
Rudy?
Ruri.
Sorry
I
about
was just laughing. He's all, father.
I'm sorry. I keep making those.
No, it's the fun shenanigans and tense shenanigans are happening.
Yes.
And Tanjiro and Inosuke are trying to fight the Papa Spider, and they're finding it pretty difficult.
Big Papa Pump Spider.
It's
Yeah.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yes.
Did you say Jeff?
You got about 33% chance of beating me on this mountain.
Oh, it's Rui.
Ruri. There you go.
R-U-I.
Oh, you got 30. That's a 3-way.
Big Papa Pump Spider over here fighting Inosuke and
Yeah. Did you call him Papa Pump?
Big Papa Pump.
Like Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
Another WWE.
Papa Pump.
We're kind of skipping apart, but we'll
This is
circle
some
back
good
to
stuff,
it.
Though. I love it.
Tanjiro and Inosuke are fighting the Spider Dad, and there is a part again I wrote down in a part of it
Oh, come on.
where Tanjiro tries one thing against him, and then says, "None of my techniques are working." I was like,
Yeah.
"Motherfucker!" But
Okay.
then they get separated, and
Tanjiro's yelling on the top of his lungs, "Don't die, Inosuke!"
Okay.
Come on!
And then Inosuke has his his like little mini character arc where he runs away. He's like, "What am I doing?" And he runs back.
More brave.
Because at that point, that's when Inosuke's sensing fear. He's like, "Oh God, I'm
Yeah.
like,
Meanwhile, Zenitsu finds the
That's
Spider
what I
Boy's
was going
house.
back to. Zenitsu is
Yeah.
bitten by the spider and is starting to transform into a spider. He meets the.
Oh, but that fight was so interesting, though. I love
It
that
was.
he actually like.
Man up.
I
Well,
mean,
he's still passed out.
no, just the fight did bug me, even though it was a good fight.
Bugs.
The whole entire
Bug you.
time.
Get it?
He's just, ah! Oh my god! Like, it's just the whole fight, and it's just like, dude, your back's against the wall. Maybe you should do something. Maybe you shouldn't wait till you pass out and die to figure it out. It's like,
Get it?
please do something.
Bug out.
he bugged
Did
out."
I say that? Did you?
No, you said bug.
No way.
You said bugged out. I was like, get it? Bug.
I did not mean that. That's what I'm saying. Is it's just like this didn't have to happen.
Yeah,
Zenitsu,
you're
if
that's
you
right. You're gonna say
tried.
bug.
Yeah, I
If you,
heard
if
say
you
bug.
tried
You
and
don't
believed
mind.
in yourself, but I know that's just, it's like, okay, well, let's just stick to the gimmick till the end of the series. But I really hope they develop more. I heard that too. But anyway, no, we got spiders.
Oh, no.
We got Papa Pump. He's coming.
But no,
But yeah,
Zenitsu survives.
Zenitsu, no, that also helped like redeem his character
Barely.
more
Yeah.
for me. It's like he's almost near death, but he's like,
I'm sitting here.
Yeah, he
and
was-
I've got
he's-
poison in
he
my
He
body.
has a flashback of pretty much how he became a demon slayer, and like Ramiro was
Zap
saying
right there.
earlier,
interesting enough. Yeah.
it's like
Lightning.
his old man helped
That was
him
it.
out and took him on as a pupil and
Mhm.
all that.
Yeah.
Carl said that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Carl said that. I didn't say crap.
Someone
yeah.
said it. Yeah, I got Zach.
formerly known as Ramiro.
But no, here's the other thing, and then it's like you see the
Bugged out.
flashbacking, and his master's like, "Be careful, Zenitsu, because you have the possibility." And he gets struck by lightning.
Yeah,
That
And
was the
he had
funniest
black hair
thing.
before that, right?
Yeah.
yeah, it turns his hair
Blonde.
yellow and orange and turns
Which
his
is a
cloak.
disgrace in Japan.
Is that
No,
another
they
one,
didn't
like-
change his cloak. That's just like the cloak he
Was
wore.
that another
Oh.
happenstance of him being a
It
horse?
just happens to match his hair.
What, he has
style
brain damage?
exactly.
No, he can be struck by lightning was because he wouldn't listen to the old man. and he
No,
became
it's
a horse.
because since he's learning
Oh.
the thunder
No,
style.
I don't want to be over there. No, I don't
He's
want
like,
to
okay, that is one thing about
I can't do that
techniques
voice
in-
justice.
it reminded me of something else in Demon Slayer in general. Is like I like how usually they don't yell the techniques. Like you hear them say it, but it's in their mind.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like when they like, for example, when they do water style, he's not actually summoning water.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because
No, it's just
that's just the,
animation.
it's the visuals.
Yeah.
It's like he's doing the movements.
It's
and
so beautiful,
visualized.
though.
Yeah, the water is really cool
It's
looking.
very
You must
pretty.
flow like water.
Anyway.
Where were we?
Inosuke.
Inosuke is
fighting his-
in. Well, we'll get back to Inosuke. We gotta go back to
Killed
Tanjiro for a second.
So
Tanjiro
Tanjiro-
gets blown away. He bumps into Rui.
Rui.
What are you
Rui.
doing?
He sees him abusing his quote unquote sister. And
Yeah.
With his like spiders stuff, he's like shoving in her face.
yeah.
Like he's cutting up his face. Her face.
Yeah,
he's like-
And then he notices, and he's like,
And then like, what are you doing?
is this a show to you? Is this the big show?
Did he actually say that? I forget.
It's like, is this like a show? Like,
Do you think this is an anime? What kind of show are you watching?
It's like, he pretty much says, is this like a show to you?
Yes.
The big show. Oh god.
Did you not know?
But then
third
Tanjiro gets mad. He's like, "Oh, you shouldn't treat family like that." And
It's a barbed wire explosion match.
What did you say to me?
there's
Did you just shot at me?
a part where it was like another classic anime moment where like to illustrate the powerfulness of the enemy, someone has to be stupid. And so this like arrogant guy pops up and is like, "Oh, it's just a kid. I'll kill him and I'll move up the ranks."
It's like, wait,
I was
no,
like,
no.
it was like, it was to the point of parody how like cliche that was.
Yeah.
And then he charges at him and he puts into cubes, like in the Resident Evil movie.
just the top part, and then the bottom half was all okay.
It was Ruri, right? Ruri?
Yes,
Rui?
Rui.
Oh, not Rory.
I'm
So
so
then
slider, dude.
So then he has the argument with Tanjiro, and Tanjiro tries to fight him, and then he breaks his sword.
Well, I mean, you remember what the argument was about, right? It's
Yes,
just like,
because like, oh,
you
that's
don't know
not.
what love is.
You don't know what a real, genuine family is.
What?
What are you?
How
talking
dare you
about?
tell me that?
You're telling me that you're going to die for these.
It's like, take it back.
Here are my
And then,
super
no,
strings.
it's just got into an argument between
Yeah.
kids.
And they
Yeah.
go back and forth, and it looks like
It's the whole show.
Tanjiro's sword
Yeah.
breaks, and it looks like he's in trouble, and guess who comes out to help him?
Nezuko.
Yes.
Yes.
And it
I've heard
moves
of that.
Ruri so much when he sees the sibling
Love.
affection, he's like, I gotta have her.
She's my sister now.
Yep.
Is this?
I'll let you go
adopt her.
if you let me
I
have
was like,
her.
if you give me your sister, I'll let you go. You'll be the only survivor, but you'll
Yeah.
live.
And then
She'll never love you.
he's like, and of course Tanjiro's like, never.
Flashback.
And he just takes
And then
it.
and then let's cut back to Inosuke, who is struggling for his goddamn life.
Yeah.
So what happened to the
Poor
sister
dude.
again?
She ran off because she's like, oh, he's like, handle the demons,
And I'll forgive you.
and I'll forgive you. She's like, okay.
No, but see,
Demon
him
Slayers.
getting whipped though, Inosuke, it's part of his humbling.
yeah,
This
But
is
here's the
how he
thing.
becomes a character
it's
that I
part of
like.
his character development.
During
He
the
has to get his ass beat, so he's not just a
By
power hungry
Papa Pop
maniac.
Spider?
Yes.
But here's the thing. It's like during the fight, he ends up managing to cut off one of his arms.
Yeah.
And
By
then
hammering through it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was hilarious. I love that.
it's like, thinking ain't my style. I gotta be me. And he does it. And then he goes chasing after him after he's running away. And he sees him and he's shaking the tree, not realizing he's molten.
Big Papa Pump changed its gimmick.
Yeah.
He just changes form.
Yeah.
It's like
you
like
thought
I
this
was,
was my final
I was
form.
watching that with my sister, who's not too into anime. But we're sitting there watching that. He's like, he's evolving like a Pokemon.
That literally.
yeah.
it wasn't anything.
And your
to do with
nephew
his
came in
blood,
and was
right?
like, a demon slayer?
No.
Oh yeah, and like at some point during all this, I don't even know what to call him, like Big Daddy Demon Slayer, Papa. Like he's the dad of all the Demon Slayers. He's the main president of all.
Oh, the
Leader.
head of the family
the
dude.
Shogun,
Yeah.
whatever the heck he is.
The
Yeah.
Shogun.
My children are suffering. Send in some Hashira.
Oh yes.
So
Actually,
I call him
before,
brain
Yeah.
tumor.
They sent them. They sent our boy Tomioka
Yeah.
and the
Some
babe
mysterious woman.
Shinobu, right?
Mhm.
Kagaya Ubuyashiki.
Yeah,
The
Kaguya.
leader.
Kaguya.
And then, yeah,
You mean
they
brain tumor?
send in
Kaguya.
Matt's ship in there.
Yeah, that shit.
Well, what
wait,
other
wait.
ships are okay, really, if you think about it?
You like the
Okay,
insect
we-
girl?
Well, you want Zenitsu and Netsuko?
No.
Shinobu.
Do you
are
want- well,
already.
I want to say another one, but I don't. Nobody here's already.
Anyway,
What?
we'll get to that later.
Snake
Tomi,
Girl.
as
I don't know
as
who that is.
Inosuke is realizing his weakness and he's tried all he can, and he looks like he might die. He
Yeah.
has a bit of a flashback of being in Kong Pao and being rolled down the hill.
And then he's like, "Who was that?"
Yeah, and then he saved.
It happened in Kung Pao too.
Yes.
Was that me? Whose baby was that?
And then
Yeah.
he's saved by Tomioka, who kills Big Papa Pump Spider Demon
Yes.
very easily.
Yes,
He had a
was
job
great.
to him.
Yeah. And then
Well,
on
'cause
the other
like I
side,
said, the power scaling was up here, so
Yeah.
they had to bring in some people that could actually
Bring in
handle
the power.
yeah, and as that is happening, Zenitsu is there lying, being turned into a spider by the poison, and Shinobu comes and is so ada on him that it helps him and heals him.
But I didn't like her at first. Isn't
It's
that
like
weird?
It's like who's Gramps? Oh, he just
No,
popped up
she
in
seemed
my
like
I
head.
know that's a trend for me, but like at first I was kind of like,
That's the
okay,
thing with every character.
no, this girl's psychotic. That's what I thought at first, because she's just like, oh, hello there. Are you dying?
I see this all the time. Sorry about not giving a
Would you
shit.
like to join my church?
Oh god, the church.
It's just
Okay.
I just thought that she was one of those kind of characters that was just blank and just didn't have a personality really. And actually, I thought she was the girl that was with them at Final Selection because they dressed similar. I didn't
Oh.
realize they weren't the same person.
She shows up.
Butterflies.
Hmm.
So when I found out that the one that was within the Final Selection was basically her daughter, it's just like,
I
oh,
wouldn't say daughter, but
or
That's
like
like
apprentice.
adopted.
We'll see.
slave.
Into the
we'll
family.
tell you later.
Right, we're
Okay,
getting there. But anyway,
then you see her give the injection to Zenitsu,
Yes.
and then it's like you did well to hold off this long.
Mhm.
You
And
could.
Shinobu also ends up meeting and fighting the Spider Sister,
Mhm.
and we find out Shinobu's thing is using poison, which I thought it is really cool. But then when I sat there and thought about it, I was like, why don't they all do this?
Yeah.
Like, can you like? It's hard enough to try and cut off a demon's head. Like, oh, that's the only way you kill it. Imagine if all you had to do was hit it a couple times with your sword to do it.
Yeah.
Or
I think it's because
or if they
her
just
sword
made
specifically
water on
does
it.
if
it.
they made Wisteria like bombs that you could throw in a demon's face or something. So I was just like, Worcestershire. Like
I mean-
that's a bit of a plot hole for me.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but that's her gimmick. That's her thing.
Yeah, but
Not
it's like,
everybody can do that. Just like
What?
Zenitsu can do lightning. Not everybody can do that.
Well, you can be taught that though.
Right.
He was
Just,
taught that.
like
Like you can have, you don't have to be taught anything to have
If that
poison be
shows
in
up
your
on
sheath
the-
for your sword.
Right, but I
Just
think
die.
it's her specific specialty. Not everybody can work with those things like she can.
yeah, it's because she's like in
And the
insects
sword's
and-
still made of the same stuff. It's made of the stuff that can disintegrate the demons too.
But she's not cutting the head off with it. Because her whole thing was that she was too small to cut their head off.
But
Yeah.
does
So
it?
her thing is more like a big scalpel.
yeah.
Yeah, it can like get in there and do some stuff.
Oh, they just make everyone's sword like that.
But that's not how it works.
Okay.
Well,
why
not everyone
not?
can do that
Back
stuff.
on track.
Because then you wouldn't have to cut off
Hey,
everyone's
okay,
head.
let's go.
Everyone has a gimmick in this
Move it
show.
on.
I know that. I'm just
There's
saying.
no crossing of the
Let's
gimmicks.
move on.
So
Okay,
final
back to-
battle, right?
No, let's go
This
back
is
to-
episode 19.
Okay,
Next,
let's go
episode
back.
19,
The
which,
hypest episode everyone said.
which destroyed the internet when it premiered.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like everyone was like, episode 19. Ah!
Yeah.
Oh! The animation!
Which one's
The
it?
song!
So
It's the
everybody
one
turned
where
into Inosuke and Zenitsu
when
combined?
he's struggling against Ruri and he remembers his
Yeah.
past with his father
Oh.
and
that
he
dance?
does the dance and
That's the fire
That
sword.
song.
That,
and the
okay,
song hits
that is an example of cross gimmick.
and
How the heck did he do that?
and
That's
Nezuko
ass-pull.
discovers her blood demon arc
Uh-huh.
and helps him out.
Because the
And
mom's
the
all,
animation's very pretty and it has that insert song. And I remember before I even started watching Demon Slayer yet, before I was up to that episode, when that dropped and the whole planet was talking about it. At least if you're in to like you
Oh.
know anime
Yeah, you
Twitter.
can.
or
It's
Instagram.
funny because earlier today I was having a conversation with Noel and I told him what he asked. I told him what episode I was on. And he's like, "Oh, you're gonna hear this song." And he played the song for me, and I'm like, "I wonder when that's gonna hit." And it's like, "Oh, he's remembering his dad."
well, I mean, I got kind of emotional. with the-
I kind of did too, even though it's the second time I saw it. Just sitting there watching it, like it's just put together so well.
Well, it's just like they're kids and they're like having a good time and stuff. And then Tanjiro's dad's like,
Really?
He's all, I'm sick and I'm dying.
It's like,
Yeah.
Mom, how's he doing it if he's so frail?
Because of his breathing, son.
It's my breathing, my fire breathing.
Oh,
Well,
fuck.
Not to be confused with flame
So, you know,
breathing.
that got me thinking too.
Well, some of
Because
y'all know.
then they say he does that dance to protect them.
It's like a ritual.
And I was like, man, that's why they die.
Is
Because
Tanjiro
Tanjiro didn't do the dance.
Tanjiro's dad that was in Muzan's flashback, or at least was it somebody in Tanjiro's line? Maybe.
It's somebody else.
We can't say without spoilers.
Yeah.
Right. I know some people know, but
Three people at this
I'm just
table
theorizing.
No.
have read all of the manga, so we
Yes.
know.
Right.
Well,
You don't have to
look
say
at you
anything.
guys.
I'm just saying it's like.
Well, we got the time.
It
Brand.
seems like the anime is implying that that's the case, and that's why he wants to go after the person.
I was
Hearing, it's like,
reading
trigger.
it.
Trigger.
Okay, I was reading it and I got the same feeling until I read through the whole thing. I'm like, okay, it's not what I thought it was. Okay.
You just. spoiled
I
the
thought
case.
it was a disappointment.
You
Oh,
thought what?
anyway.
Anyway, as
What are
we
you
talk
doing?
about
Stop!
the
You're
anime,
worse.
not the manga,
Yes.
that is way beyond where the anime
Epic
stops.
scene.
I was just saying,
It's
given the
epic, and it's
information that we
cool,
were given.
and it's emotional.
Johnny
and
Bosch shows back up.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Johnny
Right?
Bosch.
Yeah,
Oh well, yeah, but like
they.
at first you think he's dead because he knocks
Oh,
off
yeah.
his head with just like the tip of his sword.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, I cut off my own head with a string.
What a power move.
Yes.
Like, I cut my own
But I
head
also
off.
love that. I was just like, oh, that's pretty clever and a way to get around it. And then Tomioka showed up, and then he's like, oh, and then he did the 11th form, and then
Dead
Tanjiro was
call.
like, there's more than
There's
10.
11? Yeah.
And then he
11.
was just beautiful, like the way he kills him. It's like so subtle. He just walks by him.
Yeah.
It's like shoo.
Flash though.
Yeah.
Pretty
The
much.
sad backstory.
And then, well, that yeah, but he has his sad backstory, and of course he was
Oh,
a
let me
sickly
play the
child
smallest
who could never play with the other
violin ever.
children, and he felt bad, and he turned into a demon, and then he started
Yeah.
eating people, and his parents like, "What are you going to do with you?" And it reminded me of that episode of South Park with Butters.
Oh, yeah.
when like they think he's a
demon?
Killed himself with the pig corpse.
when they think he's like the Pet Cemetery
Yeah.
one. And like they have to feed him like, eat your food. Can I just have SpaghettiOs? So that reminded me of like Rui's life was like that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So his parents were gonna kill him, and Rui felt betrayed, so he killed them first. What they were gonna do is they had to kill him because they felt shameful that he killed, but they were gonna kill him themselves with him, so it wasn't as bad. But then he made himself feel even more bad because of this. And then he's like, I have to find genuine family and happiness.
And then the Spider Girl.
And then they did more backstory of how his sister became a sister and how he had this family and how he makes them look like him.
You are my sister now.
And
Have this face.
yes.
Did he steal
You
his
turned
blood
your
too?
face back.
Or no?
You. I will deem you Papa Pump.
What rank was he to? Like, what rank was he?
He was
Was the
lower 5.
Yeah.
So
Lower
I hate
five.
that they do that. Just say 1 through 12.
I know.
I don't
He's-
think
so he's
a
11.
1.
He's 11.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I guess it's backwards then.
He's,
So he's
lower
upward.
5.
He's upper.
So that means
Five.
like 6 through 1 and then 6 through 1. So lower 5 is 11.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's 11 of the 12.
So I mean, 11 meaning he's worse.
Or I thought the upper
It's
would
not
just
power.
technically 7 through 12.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just the
No, there's 12, so there's 6.
is
upper,
number 1
6
higher
lower.
rank or is number 12
Oh.
higher rank?
I think 1 is
Oh
the
yeah,
highest.
upper 1. Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
lower 1, upper 1. Okay, I did not know
Eh.
because they haven't introduced any upper yet. So
Yeah.
You're a 7.
Okay.
except
and then
maybe Miss
after that,
Sitar.
he's,
No, God dang it, Bob!
then you see Tomioka standing on top of his like
His
Komodo.
clothes.
He's like, don't
And
give sympathy.
Tanjiro's like, don't disrespect him.
It's like he's a demon. They only want to kill people.
And then like,
Tomioka's like, okay, dude, chill.
and then,
And
the-
then
Wow, that was good job, John.
But I'm like, I'm really glad though that Tanjiro didn't win because I think it was too early for him to have a victory like that.
Sweet victory.
Like,
Yeah.
like we were saying about like power scaling and advancement and like.
yes, this was a good, like, you're breaking through some walls here and you're learning some things, but somebody of a higher rank still had to come
And
save
then
you. And
was
that's
it? Is
fine.
this where the infamous meme came out?
Which
The
one?
Nezuko run.
Oh, well, almost,
Oh my
almost
gosh.
there. But Shinobu comes and is about to kill
That
Nezuko, and Tomioka defends
Oh, a
him.
demon!
She
So
got
they
so
had this
small.
face off.
it's like,
You're
see this, and
harboring
then
a demon.
This is
no,
why
you
no one likes
can't.
you. I don't think I'm disliked.
And then it shows Matt's favorite edit page.
No.
What?
No, it's not, no. I'll
Yeah,
tell you after. I'll
you
tell
ever
after.
see the Shower Productions like photo?
No, I don't.
No,
I don't
no,
know,
they were
you're
talking
not
about
talking about that.
We were talking about something else.
All right.
Oh no!
So anyway,
Oh, the
Tom-
edit.
Yeah.
Tomioka is holding back Shinobu as Nezuko and Tanjiro run away.
And then here comes.
Shinobu's assistant junior girl,
Yeah.
whose name I can't remember offhand, starts with a K. I want to
Shinobu
say.
Starts with a T.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Brandon's on it.
Let's
He's
just
got,
call
you
her
know,
Kate.
You got the facts.
Let's call
isn't
her
it
Kate.
Kocho or something
I
like
just
that?
call her Brother Fry #2.
Butterfly.
I think that's
Which
their last
technically she's-
name.
Technically.
Which one are we talking
No,
about?
because she doesn't have the same name as they do.
No.
The one from the final.
Oh,
Selection.
Yeah.
Kano?
Kano.
That one?
Kano.
She got like 3 names.
Kano.
Kanao.
Canal.
Kanao. It's Kanao.
She's a canoe.
Kanao
She's
is-
a canoe.
Kanao knocks Tanjiro the fuck out.
Yeah.
And before
And then
that,
it's chasing Nezuko, and it's just like
And
this
she
is a
swings, and then she
Beau-
gets small.
beautiful, small Nezuko run
I
all over
know,
the
she's
place.
so dodgish and all. It's like,
And just memes for days.
In 2019,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner doing the.
And then they get Tomioka and Shinobu are kind of tied up with each other.
No.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yes.
Don't do it. Why
He's
not?
not even talking very much.
So are you acting like this? Is
and then the crows come, right?
Yeah, the crows come.
No! No, you do it. I want to hear yours.
mission.
Wait, no.
No,
What do
they
you
actually
actually
say.
say?
Message!
Oh,
Message!
message, and then it's like they're like northwest.
Tanjiro and Nezuko must be returned alive.
Tanjiro's wearing
not impounded.
What?
The democracy. You say they sound like squealers now? Okay.
Oh, yes.
They're taken into custody.
Diaper!
Into custody, please.
And they do.
Don't kill them. She's got a muzzle.
Oh, well, it's backtracking, but I just remember something else that was funny. Of just after Tomioka saves Inosuke has like a boy crush on him.
Yeah. And he's like, fight me, and if I fight you and I beat you, I'm the strongest.
If you
And
fight
then-
me, then I'm gonna fuck you.
And then he ties him up and walks away.
He tells him, go back to training, you buffoon. He just gets mad. He's like, the fuck?
Blush. Mhm.
Yeah, he didn't even notice that he
after
tied
his
him up.
bully arc is just blush.
So,
then-
okay.
So then
Zenitsu
they
and
get
Inosuke.
captured.
Yes, but I'm saying Zenitsu and Inosuke, they're redeeming themselves. Okay, I'm cool with them. Tanjiro is best boy, like Brandon says. I'm cool. Nezuko, oh my god, of course she gets something that's fire related too. I have to say that was kind of ironic.
I feel like it's more like
Or
explosion.
coincidental.
It's explosion.
Yeah, but it's like
Blood
he
magic.
unlocks fire and then she unlocks
Explosion.
explosion. What's the difference?
Explosion.
It's they're both in sync with each other though, and I think that's just kind of weird. Like
Might
her
wanna
demon
put
arc
out
could have been
the-
like
the-
palm
the-
trees or
the-
something.
The top.
Who's
gonna
gonna have
have
palm
demons
trees in
here,
the
man.
in this
Okay,
era?
are you kidding me? We got Arrow Man, we got balls, we got Papa
Well, they
Pump.
all-
We got all these different unique gimmicks, and like, of course, it's like Nezuko's is synonymous with her brothers. I just
They're
think
in
that's
sync.
just kind of
Okay, anyway.
that's tongue in cheek to me. I feel like
Next
it's
thing.
like
Okay.
I can make it warm blood.
Hashira's.
Boo.
This is where Tanjiro's put on trial for what? For having.
for
having
breaking
a
the
demon.
Demon Slayer code, which he didn't get a fucking handbook for. Let's just be clear here.
Yeah.
I know that it should be implied, but it's like,
And his master was
come
like,
on,
travel with her.
travel with her. I want to keep her.
It's like, she is better than the other demons. Keep
Like
her.
you would think that'd be the exception to the rule.
And
And,
like how in the sub,
higher
they're
ups were
like,
told
but you
about
meet
it.
the pillar.
We meet all the
Yes.
Hashira as he's taken to the headquarters of the Demon Slayers.
Yep.
We don't get too much of them. We just like the bare minimum
Yes.
like introduction. This is
Yeah.
their name. This is their style. This is like their basic personality kind of thing.
Let's just say I don't like any of the
You
first
have-
impressions that anybody gives off in this
You have
entire series.
Rengoku, the fire
You
wielder.
don't like the fire wheel?
Let's kill her!
You got Tomioka,
This is a demon!
the water
That's
user.
funny.
I hate it.
I love
though.
I love how Tomioka stands off by himself.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Yes.
he's not even looking. He's like,
So it's
I
like,
don't think I'm disliked.
no kidding. It's
And
like
then you got,
Tanjiro is pretty much
Hanroji,
put in
the
front of
love
Twitter.
Hashira.
I'm
Yeah, the
not
girl.
kidding you.
Yeah.
and then you got Tengen, the sound user, right?
I
Right,
mean, we
sound?
got all the Hashira, and they're all different.
oh, yeah,
but
sound.
it's like,
You know, like the guy, I bless you.
Oh yeah, then you got
no.
what's his name?
this is so
The
sad.
monk.
Yeah, he's the
How
stone one,
tragic.
right?
Let's do it anyway.
Let's put them out of their
Let's
misery.
put
Fuck,
them
how
on
would
the
you say
cross.
It's like Go.
Holy
Goyo
Mary.
Milk.
I hate the
How would you say that?
Which one?
He's
The
on the right,
stone.
the stone Hashira.
The stone Hashira.
He's stoned.
Jome. He means
No.
Is that the one with the
no.
beads?
Yes.
Well, I
We
bless
need-
you.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Chill.
I laughed my ass off when I found out he was voiced by Crispin Freeman.
yes.
I laughed. I'm like, oh.
Well, do you know why that is though?
What
Right?
makes
Why?
sense.
It's because Demon
Is
Slayer is
this-
like the first big
I
anime
know.
production that's union.
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
What?
Steve
The
Blum is in
dance.
Demon Slayer too.
really?
Yeah.
That's who?
He's the drum demon.
Oh,
Bloom. Wait. This is the first anime. That's what?
I know
Well,
that
well.
Demon Slayer, the dub of it is union, and a lot of like big prominent dub actors who people know like won't do non-union stuff anymore. So that's why Kristen Freeman's like his first anime role since like
That's interesting.
Shizuo from Durara that I can remember.
oh,
What's
wow.
Christopher Freeman again? Who he voices?
He's Itachi. He's
Alucard.
Oh,
he was
Alucard.
in,
Scary.
yeah, he's Alucard. He's sorry, get off
Okay.
track there.
So the Hashira.
Then
Hashira,
What do
I
I
mean,
think of
Then
him?
you got to.
I hate
They're like,
Kabuto,
he
the
should
Mist
die.
User.
Nezuko
I
should
hate
die.
that. It's like,
Well,
okay,
you gotta understand, but you
they don't
understand-
even give him a chance. It's just
But you-
like, oh, you're harboring a demon. Screw you.
Okay, here's the
Cancel.
thing. So, Shinobu is the insect, but where's the insect? Is it just because he looks like a butterfly?
It's a butterfly.
She
Yeah,
can
because
fly
it
around
uses
like a
poison,
butterfly,
and that well,
She like floats and stuff.
I wanted something like
You're-
like praying mantis pop up. Or,
Ah.
I forgot.
even then, it's just like it would just be a representation of her movement.
Some
Isn't it
people get
Shizuru?
off on that. I think it's just like,
No,
oh, I
no.
have sex with her and then
The bug
die.
user?
I'd gladly give my head for her.
So
Shino-
anyway,
no,
the
Shino-
master
I forgot.
of the man.
Yes,
Well,
thank God he shows
No,
up.
I was
though.
expecting her to be like the insect user in Naruto.
Have bugs inside him.
Oh,
Oh,
can't even remember that guy's name.
Shino.
Shino.
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
Ew.
That's what I was expecting.
Nasty.
No.
My God, no.
Well, I mean, he's a teacher in Boruto now.
I don't care.
He's also for below injection.
Let me show you a trick I learned long ago.
I plugged up his arms with my insects.
Like a butt plug.
Thanks.
That's what I was implying.
Thanks. For that.
Anyway,
I
Anyway,
hate all
the-
the Hashira. I hate them.
Then you.
No,
What? Even the love one.
I hate her the most because it's another gimmick. Oh, at first I think it's like, oh, she admires people, but then it's just like, oh, the next person comes along. Oh, I admire that. Oh, look, a tree. Oh, I love
And then
that.
you got the.
It's like, what do you do besides?
Then you got the jerk
Yeah,
win one.
Yeah.
You gotta read the freaking manga. man.
We should just kill them all. Eh.
Shinazugawa?
I don't think we should do
Shinazugawa?
anything.
Pretty much the head of the Demon Slayers
Thank
Got a
God.
message.
is a sick,
Voice of reason shows up.
He's a sickly guy,
With the two
and he says, I was aware of them the whole time, and it's cool with me, and it should be cool with you, but they're still like, it's not cool with us.
Sorry to disappoint you, but it's not cool.
Yes.
Well, no, yeah, that
And
other
then
guy,
again,
didn't
later
that
from
other
the
guy
Master
show
Chief.
up?
Um,
Who's the freaking? Is that
Oh,
what
I
we're
forgot
talking
about the
the wind
serpent
guy?
one.
Yeah, the guy who
the guy
stabbed
with the scar in
himself.
his face.
Yeah, he's the wind
Okay,
husher.
screw him the most.
Yes.
Screw him the most.
You mean the white hair guy?
He
So
just
I have
gets
it-
the box and it's like, oh, this is your sister hub. It's like, stop it!
Yeah.
Like, screw you, dude!
That's why it's funny when Nezuko went.
So, so pretty much he puts Nezuko to a test of tempting her with his blood.
Like
Which-
First, he starts doing it in daylight. Then
Understandable,
the
but it's
serpent
just-
user's like, "No, it's not gonna work here."
You gotta take her to the shadow.
Yeah, in the building.
I hate that serpent one at first.
Yes, they also received a letter from Urokodaki stating that Nezuko
Will not eat people.
will
basically.
not eat people. We observed her not eating people, but in the event that she does, that Urokodaki, Tomioka, and Tanjiro will all commit seppuku.
Yes, I like that
I
idea.
forgot about
We
that.
will stab our
really?
ducks.
They'll say he'll kill himself.
Yes.
I totally forgot about that.
I know we mentioned the hypnotic suggestion, but I also like the idea. Like,
What did?
I don't know. It kind of made me laugh a couple times because it's like what he put inside of her head to make her not do it is just humans are your family.
Yeah.
What did Tanjiro?
Whenever you see a human, you
Did they
must
show
protect
Tanjiro's
them.
reaction with that, like after reading that letter, or the...
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
he's like, oh, Sensei and
Mad
Senpai
respect.
trust me so much.
Yeah. He's
I
like,
don't-
I would do that.
But y'all
Okay.
did laugh every time, like Nezuko saw a person and just saw her family in those.
Oh,
videos.
yeah.
That was just
Yeah.
all like,
Pat's head.
like hugs.
Yes.
But I
Okay,
don't know if
then-
like what do you call it? She actually sees them as her family, or if she just
Has
like,
a
there's a-
familial
there's a
bond
tick.
with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
is a tick that's
I
just
hope
like,
it's
oh,
not.
I
But
see
then, like-
you. You're not going to turn into my sister.
And they
enough.
kind
I
of
see
addressed
you.
it too, where it's like Kanjo questions like the ethics of that,
Yeah.
but then he was like, "No, she's still like sentient of her thoughts, so it's not
yes, I
that
think
bad."
that it's more like just a an extra layer of protection.
And then I kind of liked how it's like, okay, we're all good. Okay, good. Take them to get healed up and all that.
Butterfly
then-
house.
Well, yeah, but Nezuko resists the temptation
I
after
know.
all that.
But what made me
dudes-
laugh is that
dudes trying to
Tanjiro
screw
just
with him.
comes back and is like, no, I want to headbutt him
Headbutt him
again.
for every
Dude,
time
that
he
was
stabbed Nezuko.
amazing that he did that, though.
And
I
he's
love
over
that he
there-
went back and just...
I
Put him
legit
in his
thought
place.
I thought they were gonna be like, okay, go ahead.
No, but then I like, was it that one guy that had to pick up Nezuko? Was like,
It was a girl.
oh yeah, the girl.
And I like the picture of when Nezuko's back in the box and she's angry.
Yeah.
But she swallows shit.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
I'm
Nezuko-
sorry, I'm pissed off
Nezuko
the
is
whole
just
thing.
react pick farm for days.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's like, there was no chance, like, if Kagaya didn't intervene, they would have just killed him.
Yeah.
Like, there was no...
How you know he wasn't just hiding from the shadows
like,
this whole
I
time?
know that Shinobu was just like, defend yourself, or whatever. Like, they tried to give him a chance to, and then they didn't even really listen. It's just like, well, screw you people. I hope nobody ever has mercy on you. At all.
Because they lived lives where they're never given mercy by demons.
Yeah.
But that's... this
But
is
you
a
gotta
different
understand.
case, obviously.
How come you don't understand
They
from
don't
their
know
point of
that.
view? They've been. You don't know what they've been through.
Okay.
I don't,
then.
but the thing is, it's just...
Well, read the manga, you'll
So
find
then,
out.
one thing
Afterwards,
that, well,
then
demons
the
are
whole
stereotyped.
healing process
Okay,
started
there's
beginning.
good
they do
demons.
another like training arc and healing thing, and I'll just say this: that I kind of feel like it was a weird note to end the series with that kind of arc.
Yeah.
It was
When
a
it's
rel-
like,
it was
it's
relaxed.
healing
We just got through
and
the
training arc.
spike.
What I think
We're coming down from that.
I would have one thing I would want, especially for the series in general, for the pacing. I feel like Tanjiro should have done another mission by himself, like an episode or two of just him, because before he got involved with like the upper ranks of the Demon Slayer Corps, because now it's like everything he does is going to be entangled with him.
That's fair.
And I would have cut like one episode of like the training stuff.
Yeah.
I liked the Ara mansion though,
The
and the
Ara-
Ara family, because I got
Okay,
to,
first
I got
of
to
all-
know Shinobu and realized that she goes and picks up
Okay,
orphans.
her sister
Well, not
To
her,
me,
not, she didn't
she
pick up the
is
orphan.
like the
Well,
epitome
her
of
older
Ara.
sister did it because,
Yeah.
but mind you, she was a
And it was
she was
funny
a
too
different
because
person
before
back
she
then.
died, she was the flower user.
Yeah, so there's like, you know, her older sister was Ara Mega. She's like Ara Minor, but she's still Mega Ara now. And like then all the kids that she finds and rescues.
Well, I mean, like she was never like that. She was like mean to people. She didn't care.
I know at first, but like the reason she's doing it is because her sister did it, and now it's like this whole.
I
Like,
still like the total concentration that Sandra
Oh.
went
Well,
through. He's all like,
we got they start
Yes.
helping their bodies. He starts learning more about
What
total
oh,
concentration
Should we
breathing.
just talk
constant.
about
Yeah.
Inosuke's depression?
oh yeah.
Oh yes, that's great.
He's all, no,
Yeah.
scared.
Yes.
When he's laying in the bed.
Bed.
It's
It's
okay.
It's okay.
But that's just like another more episodes of Tanjiro being like a father almost to the other two, because it's
Tanjiro
like he
did
kind
well.
of like he goes out of his way to start training, and the other two are like, nah.
I like how
we're depressed and
the girl
sad.
tricks him. He's all like, it's okay, you
No,
can't do
I
it.
kinda-
Inosuke.
I
He's like,
laughed.
it's all right. So if you can't do it, it's understandable.
Yeah, because with Inosuke, you got to use reverse psychology on it.
Yeah.
And then
But
when
no,
he
what I
says
liked
he's
about the depression is like how he's always there saying, "I'm sorry, I'm weak."
No, I know.
I
It's
would-
like so sad.
Well, good for you.
I just like
This
the
is your
girls are
redemption.
talking about. He's like, can you use total concentration? Like, what's her name? What's her name for
Canal.
Canal? He's like, what's that? He's all, so well,
She
it's a
does
breathing
day and
tech-
night.
Well, speaking of Canal, it's a bit not up that episode, but this whole like end is all bundled together.
Yeah.
We learned Canal's backstory of how she was kicked out of her house and was sold as a slave. There's no other way to word it. Don't look at
Yeah.
And she was like,
and
she was mind broken.
And on
No,
Sancho,
she was.
No, I was like, that's
she
not in
ne-
a sexual
she
way, but
never.
like
She doesn't think for herself.
yeah.
she's
but like
psychologically scarred.
Yep.
She has like I'm not sure what the term would be. I know what you're saying though. When she
Yeah.
like feels the snap.
she's trauma.
yeah. 'Cause she like is
PTSD.
unfeeling, doesn't say anything. Yeah.
Welcome to the Ara family. You will now be Ara.
and she can't.
And she
And
can't.
then-
Oh, no,
and
just
and she uses a coin to decide her fate.
Yeah.
She goes Two-Face on it. But pretty much like, you know,
My
Shinobu
turn.
and her sister like pretty much adopt her and bring her in, and that's why she's
I love it.
actually there's another reason why she's like above the other demons. Like they all have some like the main four of them have something that make them beyond the like regular Demon Slayer who just like joined. Like Inosuke has his his upbringing and his sensory thing.
Wow.
Zetsu has his hearing.
Yep.
Tanjiro has his smell, and Kanal's been training to do this before she was actually a Demon Slayer anyway.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Their group dynamics nice.
Oh, remember when Tanjiro bumped into the fifth final selected member?
Yeah.
oh yeah, we missed that part too during the selection part. That was another just illustration.
Why
of,
he's like, give me my ore.
Yeah, it was an illustration
Tanjiro-
of Tanjiro being best boy
Yeah.
and being a good dude. Like,
He's like protects the
literally-
of
person.
how he won't.
Tolerate
He's tolerable to a point. He has a limit that you can reach.
I told you
But-
he's a saint.
He's like, I'll break
Yeah.
your arm.
Essentially,
Do
one
it
of-
then.
What's it? Can you look
I
up his
will.
name real quick? I want to go.
His wind child,
The
wind
wind
man's bastard child that he's
brother.
whatever. I don't care who he is. They
Oh,
both
yeah, he is
suck.
related to the Wind guy.
Yeah, it's his brother, man.
Gen-
Both
Yeah.
of their
Yeah.
attitudes are terrible,
Gen-
and I
yeah.
hope they get
Okay,
whipped.
Ginya was like, "I want my sword," and then the girls were there. The girl and boy were telling her.
I thought they were
No.
both cool.
I think they're both girls, but it's fine if they're
I read the manga. It said one of them was a boy.
No, then they're twins.
I don't
Either
remember
way.
that.
You
And-
can't. It's bad. Don't do that. Ow.
Anyway, he
Stop.
grabs her hair, and Tanjiro's like, "Let go, I'll break your hand." And then I think he just pretty much do it, and he's like, "Okay, destroy the child."
It's just
No, but I was just laughing because like he's all right, I want to do total concentration.
He was
all
so
day and
like,
night.
small
That
at
was
the
funny.
The
final.
training was really
He's like
good.
this. He's sleeping.
Like he was so small at the final selection, and then whenever he
Yeah.
bumps into him again, he's
I
all
love
big.
how he gets the three girls to, but like when do they get to sleep then?
Never.
If they have to stand
I
there and
know.
watch him
I
sleep
know.
all day,
That
Ah.
was weird.
and then they have to work the rest of the day. I'm presuming.
No, I was just laughing at Tanjiro's reaction. He's all, "You finally broke it." And I was like, "Yes." And now this is the one that she uses.
So-
I just like, of course, Tanjiro is like the shining example of what you should be doing.
And then
it's like you're supposed to be recuperating because you just got your butts whipped, but Zenitsu and Inosuke are just kind of just like, nah, we don't want to do that.
and then
Nah,
you see
we
the
don't
relationship
care.
spark, the love interest spark too.
Right, they start slowly getting back into it, but it's just like, y'all wouldn't have had to stay there so long if you'd just gotten your shit together.
Well, I mean, Zenitsu, they still had a small arm.
I know. but-
For a while, but
Yeah,
then he was just like,
baby.
I don't want to.
So
But
I
then he
take the
learned
man-
what they were actually doing, and he was. It was another good like rant for him because he was like, "You've been hanging out with girls this whole time.
I know, and he's all
And
like,
they've been all over you."
he's all like with the
they
little
never
ones all
massaging
stretching him.
him?
He's all
Punches freaking Inosuke.
I'm
And then,
so
You
glad.
want to talk about the coin flip where Tanjiro's like, "Okay, here we go."
Yeah,
That
think
was
with
cool.
yourself. Think with your heart.
If it's heads, you're
You
gonna have
make
to
your
think for
own
yourself.
And then he has the talk with Shinobu on the top of the
rooftop?
roof, and he can smell her anger.
Like,
Smell angry.
But I really like, the whole fate thing was nice, and he gave her like Tanjiro is just so cool.
I don't know what more to say about that. The end arc.
Final
there.
thoughts.
They
Well,
actually
they get-
got together.
They
Like-
train up. They get stronger.
Yeah.
They're given another mission, and they have to get on. But then he also another thing I feel like it's important.
on a train.
important. He asked Shinobu about fire
Fire
breathing.
breathing.
Yeah.
And she's never heard of it. So he's like, that's weird. But then
Oh.
like there's the flame hashira, but fire and flame breathing aren't the same thing.
Don't you dare get them mixed together.
So then that's like another seed plant for like, whoa, what's that mean then?
Right.
And then the three of them go off to a train, and Inosuke
The
and
police, they got
Tanjiro
swords.
have never seen a train before.
Yeah.
It's a monster.
He headbutts it
And then
and gets
Tanjiro's like, what if it's the spirit of this
I
mountain?
know. We shouldn't attack it.
and then Inosuke attacks it, and it raises up their wanted level.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And
police
then
start
they're
killing-
like, that's like, they get on the train, like that's their ending, and we know that leads to the movie that Carlos here is the only one who's seen so far.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I read the manga. I know what
Yeah, I've
happened.
read it too, so I know what's in it, but I want to see the movie, which is now the highest grossing Japanese movie
And which is
of all time.
ridiculous. That's going to be shown in Florida, but has no official nationwide release.
All right. So now let's.
But
For 2
but
weeks.
What this one thing we missed was they have the big bad meeting at the end
Who's a girl?
when Muzan is a
Oh,
is a
yeah.
woman.
Oh, yeah. Michael Jackson.
And I just
Essentially-
feel like the author was like, I drew a really good gender bin, I'm using it. That's
Yeah.
the kind of thing.
Dung dung.
And then
Essentially,
they were
and
cool
this-
because they're in like the
The warped house.
the warp dimension.
The Tycho.
And you
No,
meet
it's
all,
not
and
Tycho.
I remember
Labyrinth.
just being shocked
Whatever that
that
is.
like they just show
Yeah.
like all the 12 lower or not the 6 lower Kizuki there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, whoa, and then he's just like offing them. I was like, oh, it's because
Pretty much is like, give me a reason why I should keep you
Yeah.
guys.
Because I'm awesome.
And then
And
the
then
one
everybody-
that lives.
He's like, kill me, please. Open arms.
It's
That'd
like,
be great.
it's like, oh, okay, just kill
And
me.
he's
then.
like, shows a freaking
It is a
thing,
privilege to be before you, my lord.
It's like, here, okay, if you don't die from my blood, then you
That's more like it.
earned the blood.
Take example.
Because then one of
from
them
this
begs like,
man.
just give me some of your blood. I'll take
Yeah,
it.
that was the
Yeah.
second one, I
And,
think.
but it was,
So, who are you to give me orders?
and then you see, Muzin's like just like tentacleness
Yeah,
that he
I
can
know.
do.
It's so like it makes you wonder what he really is, though. Because if you can just go and just do all that, it's like
So,
you're kind of
was
like
this the part
next
where
level.
we pick which ability we would use if we were the pillars?
Oh yeah, about the Hashira.
Yeah.
I'll just be a demon.
Nah,
Yo,
let's start
I'm a
off
demon.
with
Like my clothes.
I mean, because
Like
like
survive sunlight.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like
I'm
right
not
or
really
fair
powerful.
because we haven't seen like what they all really can do.
yeah, just from my impressions of them,
Okay, favorite Hashira Shinobu.
my-
Yay.
my favorite.
Hold up. Yay.
You're
like,
Let him
it's-
speak.
It's
Well,
between like Love, Mist, and Stone were like the ones I liked.
You look
Mist,
at-
like of course, I haven't seen a lot of their powers or personalities yet, so it's like it's just from from first impressions.
Well, I think the only people that I would probably be able to make an accurate decision would probably be us three, since we've read it.
Yeah, but we can't say much else
But, I mean,
spoilers.
are you
So.
saying we can just pull
My
ability
favorite of
by
the
their
pillars,
butts?
even
Oh, that
just
too. Yeah,
going off of,
if you could,
I like my
favorite of the
ass
Hashira,
ability.
just going off the anime alone was still Tomioka.
Yeah.
and if you could have a Hashira talent like of your own, what would you? What would?
Just being able to jump around and not really feel
Like their
Gravity?
their
So
ability.
like
Yeah, like
jump
the
around,
Wanderlust
but even though you
perks,
can
I-
flow, but yet
surfing.
you just wait
Just
straight
to
enough to
have the
jump.
agility.
I got two that pop
I'd
up
love
in my
to be
head,
able to run around.
but
like
I think
that.
I would want to be the ice.
Ice would be cool.
I would love to use the ice.
I don't-
And out of all of them,
You'd just be
I
a
really
walking
like
ice machine.
I liked Rengoku. I liked him,
Here, push my lever.
and I liked who would be?
Is your drink cold?
And then I liked the Mist Boy.
Mist boy.
Mishbo.
Mirror boy.
That sounds like a bad job to have like on a boat or something.
Mishbo.
Mist boy.
Better than being the water boy.
But I'm saying,
So yeah, and if the ability I would
Make it
choose would be
yours.
ice,
Cold
because I'm like,
water.
nobody used ice in there.
Yeah,
I'll take
no,
that.
there's no ice. Ice would be really cool.
It was either that or steel. I'm like,
But
you know, I'll go with
so
ice.
I think final thoughts overall.
I'm sure.
Can't wait
What?
for season 2.
I can't wait to see how these intolerable characters are going to grow on me.
Well,
But
Read the
Tanjiro
manga.
is a
You'll get
shining
done
light.
quicker.
Shinobu has been redeemed, and she's now my Ada lady, and I like her. And of course, Gyu
How old
is
do you
our
think she
great.
is?
I don't know, but I'm hoping she's
No,
of age.
no, tell me. What do you think?
Well, when she was younger, I think she was about 13 to 16, so she's probably now about 21, maybe, possibly 21 to 30. She 40,
How old is she?
50,
Who am I?
Shinobu. Where's she?
70?
Oh, right
If
here.
I remember correctly, she's 18.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 18.
She's legal.
Oh no.
how old is
You're
Tomioka is 21.
Really?
wow.
You would like to call the bluff?
I keep thinking he's like 17 or 16.
You know, I want to see how old she.
I know, it's just character design makes me think.
But overall,
Too young, probably.
my
She's older.
Yeah.
What?
who's older?
The love one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she is.
Well,
19.
yeah, she's a little
She's
bit
older.
older.
overall my impressions. It's hard to exactly quantify. I feel like Demon Slayer is a series that blew up and got really, really popular,
'Cause
Yeah.
the
and a lot of
animation.
people liked it. And then, like every series, it had a lot of blowback and pullback once it was kind of over. But I can't remember any series, at least in my memory, that had such a hard snapback to people saying that it's not good. But I can kind of see what both parts are saying. Like, if you really boil it down, Demon Slayer is as shonen as you can get. It's not, nothing world breaking is in it.
But name one other manga that beat One Piece in a week in the last 20 years.
You did not just
Sales.
slander my series.
Sales doesn't mean
No,
it's
I didn't
better.
say no. I'm not saying it's better, but like the hype of it, like,
The
it was
sales.
just like,
No, I'm just saying it's no, like it was really popular.
I
It's
don't
really
think so- I
popular
don't
in
think so-
Japan.
I don't really
It
think
was really
sales
popular
makes
here,
it.
but it's like it was just crazy the amount of snapback to people not liking it anymore happened. And I think it's okay. It's pretty good. The animation's very pretty.
Yes.
Many people have said.
I think my problem with it is that the fact that I think I got too into it. I ended up buying some figures of them.
How's that bad?
Like
Merchandise.
I mean, this one outdid JoJo because I only have one JoJo
Ooh.
figure,
That hurts.
and I got like what 4 Nidoroids.
But you're supporting the series as long as they're official merchandise.
Yeah, it's
Official
Tanjiro, Netsuko,
merchandise.
Zenitsu, and I'm waiting for Inosuke to
I
show
wouldn't
up.
mind making a little like diorama for Tanjiro.
And now I'm just waiting for.
Oh Lord.
Pray to him.
And then I'm waiting for
Saint
the other
San-
2 to be
Saint
released, which
Tanjiro.
is Tomoyoka and then the Rengeku one.
Well, I get my like if to like star rating for it or whatever, probably be like 7.5 out of 10.
Also, we're going on a 10 rating.
I wouldn't really give it a number.
Yeah, like I enjoyed it actually a lot more than I thought I would.
I'll give it.
I'd say probably like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
Pretty up there.
I'll give it an 8.5.
7.
I-
Well, like after watching it again, I was like,
7.25 out of 10.
Wait, when you're into it and you let it sink into you, then it's really good. If you overanalyze, which I do a lot, you can kind of see the cracks in its armor.
That's understandable.
Because I think that's like you
Has
guys
there
watched
ever
it when
been
it
a-
was hype.
The curse
anime
of
that
being
you're like,
a
okay,
vet.
this makes sense. Like,
An anime vet. The curse.
Sometimes, yeah.
What's the flaws with
One Piece?
No,
yeah,
we're not starting that now.
He's the
That could be a whole other episode.
now I'll ask you after this.
Not with One Piece. I was
Jinx
about to say with my teenage romantic comedy.
There are probably plenty if you sat there and thought about it.
Yeah, because you could just get
Like
over
the
fear.
smut.
It's just
What?
so-
The smut.
I thought you
There's
said the
smut
slut.
of everything.
There's not smut in
I was like,
that
which
show.
one's the
What are you
slut?
talking about?
He's talking about
But
the,
you made smut.
Oh, I did, but
You
like,
hate
so
smut.
what?
Smut of Demon
So
Slayer?
what?
No, of Orgairu.
Or
Wasn't
not.
it to appeal to this man?
Anyway, let's go. We're gonna wrap this
Okay,
up.
No, what I was
anyway.
gonna
Yeah.
say was, it's like you guys watched it around the time that it was hyped up, right? You guys
Yes.
watched it when it was out. I
Well,
didn't do
well,
that.
I
Same.
stopped like around episode 5 because you know it's a common thing. Like weekly, you forget about it.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, like it wasn't getting up
It was
there.
so hyped though.
Well, it didn't get really hyped till episode 19,
Who's hitting me?
and then like till episode 19,
You.
until episode 19, everyone's all, "You gotta watch it." I watched it. I'm like, "What's the big hype?"
What's the big idea?
No, really, like seriously, I was like,
I gotta
"Oh,
check this
this," and then I was like, "So what was so cool?" I thought something bad was gonna happen. I thought like they made it seem like without spoilers, someone was gonna die. Someone was like,
They killed Tanjiro.
I was all like, I thought someone
died.
like I was like,
died.
I thought something serious was gonna happen, and I was like, oh, it's just animation. I understand.
Well,
But
it's not
then
just
that's-
animation. Like I said, if you let yourself stew in it and
Yeah.
you
It's stew.
yeah,
stew.
you stew in
Sure.
it and you really
Stew.
into it. And like I said, even me, the second time watching it for 19, I kind of was like, whoa, yeah. So like, I get what people are coming from.
I kind of like.
I just
the
don't think
stew.
it's as great as everybody says that it is. I think it's a good series. I think it's very solid.
Well, I was
stable.
just misleaded.
it does
That's
what
why.
it's supposed to do. But I think overhyping it and saying it's just like, oh, Demon Slayer's the best. It's not. It's not.
No, but like,
It's the same,
but like
it's like
episode
the
19
same when people got into JoJo's and they were saying it's the best.
It's a good
it is
show.
the best.
I do
Oh,
recommend
boy.
it.
No, but like I was just thinking I mislead myself pretty much. It's not people because I thought it was like gonna something like serious happen. I mean, it did something serious. I thought it was like a character was gonna be gone forever. Like that's what I thought. That's the impression I got from the
That makes
hype.
sense.
Yeah.
So
Anything
yeah,
else?
Anything else?
But I did saw people that died. It was their family. They came back as ghosts. And they
Oh,
left.
yeah.
so like first
That is-
episode, you were like, ah!
since you bring that up, it's a bit hard to describe. I guess annoying. Just like it happens too many times when like Tanjiro or Nezuko are knocked out and like their parents or their mom or their siblings like, you gotta get up. I was like, yeah, you could have held that back for a bit.
Nezuko,
Yeah.
Nezuko, Tanjiro needs your help.
I think it's just their family ties.
So we're
it's
just
just
ending
kinda
it
like-
here now.
Ah,
That's a
We
very
gotta remind the viewers
that's
that
like
they love
the
their
central
family.
theme is like family.
Yeah.
But I think
Did
that's.
you do the rest of
Well, I'm about to.
Oh.
But you interrupted me.
Well, I'm just making sure.
And
you
now I
remember.
won't, and people will be upset.
No,
Yes.
no.
So
Dick.
sorry.
Left, I guess.
No
You'll have to
giveaway.
blame Tanner for that.
Just
The
trying to help.
ending of the code is 4MAA. And to repeat, 4MAA.
Redeem.
And there you go. And like I said, if you do
Yeah.
redeem it, then please let us know that you did.
I hope you were ready. First come.
And hopefully you enjoyed
First
us
serve.
talking and ranting and
I think this was good.
Going
Yeah,
off
good time
topic.
this
going
time.
off
I
topic.
love going off
Hey,
topic.
at the point podcast.
And then bring
go
in,
off topic,
and
and
bring it
bring
back.
in Papa Pump Spider.
A lot of good stuff in this. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
I certainly
And
did.
we thank you for listening and
Yes, thank you.
Thank
hope,
you.
Thank you.
hope you listen to some down the road. And so I'm Matt.
I'm Tanner.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Ramiro.
And we're the Shower Productions. And thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.